fucking Zeppelin, and the little Zeppelin tower in Duratar. It was not great.
Well, that sucks. What server is it?
Benediction.
Hmm. Well, maybe that's because the name is an alliance focused name.
It was literally like the suggested server based on my geolocation. I was like, all right, good enough. I don't give a shit.
Good enough.
I did manage to hit 51. Because I'm rolling 30 in elemental. I have 12 in resto right now, and I actually managed to heal Sunken Temple last night because half the mobs in there are nature immune anyway, so I'm basically useless. And just pure chain heal spamming is actually still pretty viable without like any actual gear.
Was it ever not viable, just chain heal spamming?
I mean,
You can
without
chain heal.
like decent MP5 though, you run dry super fast. I was basically just running rank 1, and I mean, our tank was using a two-hander, so everyone was just taking group damage. So I wasn't like overhealing super badly, but yeah, outside of that though, like it's not efficient if the fight takes more than like 45 seconds.
Right.
All right, hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Mic check.
1 2
It sounds
1
good
2.
for once on
Yeah.
your first try.
It's not the first try, but
Oh.
thank you.
On your first try speaking to us, at least.
There you go. All right. Just waiting for
Hello.
Crispy.
Hey, well, I finally did my homework.
I did 5 seconds before the game started.
I will be muting this a lot so you guys don't have to deal with my incessant and horrible coughing. I apologize ahead of time, but I think I have a mute button on my actual headset.
Why don't you just use push to talk like a civilized human?
Because nobody uses push to talk anymore. This isn't
Yeah,
I use
2006
push to
anymore.
talk. I am right now.
I don't even. Where do you even push, Yay? Where do you push?
You just push, man. You just push and you can talk.
I did, but then I shat my pants.
That is a very different and very personal problem.
True.
I'm gonna
I
grab a
pushed.
glass of water while we wait for Chris. Right back.
So, Kara and I went to Beer Racks yesterday. The Hoax actually has what is basically a toasted s'more in the form of a beer. It's freaking delicious.
So, you know how annoyed I am at you? I have tried and tried and tried
Hello.
to get you to go there.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Well, here's the thing. I like the
Hello.
basic beer at Overshores. I'm not super into. It's stuff Hoax makes that
Yeah,
I like
but
because I like the weird shit.
I
And
tried.
they didn't have Hoax until like they became Beer Racks.
They had Hoax before that. The guy's name is Sean. He's the brewer.
Bye.
Who was that?
Will pulling his DJ bot to the private channel. That was Liam that was talking.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And we're silent.
Yeah, so I'm still camping out a decent headset for Black Friday.
Nice.
It will come, and then maybe I can retire my $5 headset.
I mean,
Will-
what's your
will it have-
budget?
Will it have push to talk?
I mean, like $40 maybe. That can get me something like reasonable, right?
I was gonna suggest about 60, but I'm sure you could find something for 40, especially on like a Black Friday or Cyber Monday deal.
Well, that's the thing. I'm figuring specifically tailored to Black Friday price.
Yeah, I'm sure you could probably find something.
All right, we ready to rock? Because I know we have a time limit. So,
Do it.
since he dodged Chris Barmundi, are you feeling better?
Shit.
Well, you dodged a bullet last time, so you can go this time.
Oh man, did I? Okay. All right. So we followed the Muppet dude back to his workplace, and got in some verbal arguments with his boss. The dude's name, the Muppet dude was named Mule. We try to convince him to come with us, but he doesn't want to. He actually likes his job, even though he's verbally abused. And apparently, he's actually a pretty good blacksmith to boot. We headed back to the inn, saw a bunch of elves playing some games. Barkeep named Glorf. Apparently, they've been under siege for around 9 months at this point, which is a pretty long time to be under siege.
baby.
So, yeah, oh, yeah, it's true. So all these elves have kind of just been stuck here since then. We learned that the city used to be run by 4 families, and the Brugers were in charge of the army, and he took command once the siege started. The other families were the Panares, the Einsteins, and the Obonpan. Let's see. So elves, blah 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 blah. Let's get that. We end up meeting a guy named Lucius, who is the gentleman pirate, who I'm sure we will get to go on many exciting adventures with us with all of our other NPC companions. Yeah, they don't even know if their ship is still there. They're just like pirates by trade. But I guess they haven't checked on their ship, so that's unfortunate. He tells us he is friends with the Obonpanzo, especially Shroomster, who is the head of that clan. So anyway, we meet him, and then we go talk to Shroomster. Nostrad offers to double their food stores because they're in charge of all the food. As
And
long as
then
they'll
he
put in.
does.
Yes, yeah. And so we go to a field of mushrooms. Nostrad uses plant growth and basically enriches the entire environment, which will do whatever that spell does. And then he tells us that there is another group of mushrooms that are much more in demand and much more exclusive, but they've been under assault by local wildlife, and we would get a gold bounty if we took care of it. So we go down there. We find out that they are chlorophyll mushrooms. Edible. They glow blue. We see a bunch of cow-like creatures. I don't know if their official name is the mushrooms, but there they are. We try to talk to them, but doesn't really go well. Anyway, we end up beating the shit out of them.
That was an unfortunate battle.
That was a
Yeah,
pretty
they're
great
really
battle for me.
They're really annoying, but divine intervention,
Fucking channel divinities.
channel divinity. There you go.
Oh, as a
Works really
sidebar,
well.
I had a post-it note written down how much gold we got, and then I lost that post-it note when I was cleaning off my desk. Do we know how
Yeah.
much like gold we actually have?
It was
Yeah,
like-
the bounty was for 200 gold. Did we actually?
We got
Uh,
205 gold, 20 silver, 2
Yeah.
great swords, 1 short sword. And
Yeah, so you got the 200. You got the 200 gold from the bounty, and then the 5 gold and some odd silver from robbing pockets.
then
Uh,
Very
also a
good.
bag full of 2 bags of mushrooms. One of
and
each.
let's not forget the staff of the woodlands that we stole from the statue.
Yep, it's great. It makes fantastic swishy noises.
only semi broken.
So yeah, anyway, we go back and tell Shroomster everything's taken care of. We get all the money. Also, we're told that all mushrooms, for I assume all time, are now on the house for us.
I don't know if I remember that part.
I
do,
wrote
because
down
I was
all
very
mushrooms are on the house.
I remember you said that because I was very upset that I got an entire. I was talking about getting a bag of mushrooms, and you're like, they're all free forever. And I was like, well, why did I waste my time?
Yeah. So anyway, we asked Shroomster about the Panera family. They're in charge of all the mining operations, but they mostly keep to themselves in the deep caves. And we're told that their leaders can be found in the engineering section of the city. We got a mushroom gift basket to give to them, apparently.
Yeah.
And then so we ended up just heading over to the engineering area. There's a bunch of open air workshop, crafters, sculptors, artisans, a bunch of automatons, and also something called a mountain gym. And that's where we left off.
Going to the gym. That's right. That's where right where we
Yes.
left off. We're going to the gym.
All right, so we'll pick back up right from there. So I believe it's just the 5 of you at the moment. And yes, you are. I think you looked to the left and you saw a workshop with a bunch of automatons and a person working over a bench. And then to your right, there is the mountain gym, which is a closed building, or not closed, but like an actual building with a door. So I will let you decide.
Remind me, is this still the same day that we fought the mushrooms?
This is still the same day, so we're coming up on like evening of that day.
Taking a long rest yet? Might be
No,
helpful.
so you have not taken a long rest yet.
Thank you. Well, I would like to approach the spindly dwarf that is next to the automatons.
Okay, is it just gonna be you?
I hope
Oh.
not.
I'll stand behind him menacingly.
I'm hoping someone who speaks dwarvish comes.
I can write it.
I tap you on the forehead with tongues, and then I go sit down behind the next to a wall and rest it. You can speak now. And then I meander away a little bit.
I appreciate you. So I say hello.
Yes, I'm incredibly busy. What do you need?
I can't help but notice these automatons, and I wanted to ask you about them.
So he in front of him has like an array of tools, and he's currently working on a project. He's got like a stack of papers to the side, and you can see some schematics laid out. So he turns to look at you, and yes, he is a much smaller dwarf, kind of spindly looking, and he like pushes his glasses up on his face, and he goes,
Kentness, Court Tinkerer, I believe.
Yes.
And what can I help you with?
I was passing by and was very interested in what it is you happen to be working on here.
I am working on nothing else but the latest and greatest. Nothing that I think you would be able to handle.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. I look, I guess, quixotically at him, and then I grab Pinchy and bring him to the forefront.
so he's out of his barrel.
He's been following me around.
So he's he jumps down off his stool, and he starts poking on him, and he's
It's not bad, not bad. I could make them better if you want. I mean, it's not bad for a first try.
And how would you propose to make him better?
I can add a pop-up crossbow turret out of his back.
Yep.
It's
What do I need to do?
It's a simple thing, really. If you if you have the mind of a dwarf. You'd have to buy the parts, and my time is very valuable. So I could do it for, I'd say, like 150 gold. I'd be happy to do that for you. I'm very, very busy right now. Like I said, working on the newest and greatest automatons.
Well, instead of wasting your time, what could I do to just get a brief copy of the schematics so I could try to do it myself?
No way. I would never let my trade secrets out.
and he walks over to his desk, and he flips over all the papers, and you can see that he's taken specific care to put one under the other ones.
150 gold is a great deal.
How good
What if-
are my ears? Like, can I hear them having this
Yeah, that's-
conversation while I'm shuffled away?
Yes.
I shout from over. I shout from my my corner. You need a crossbow? I have a crossbow right here, and I wiggle one in the air. Does that save you any money?
I don't have time for these plebeian discussions. Are we doing business or not?
Well, I think 150 gold is a little steep. I do have some amazing mushrooms that you might be interested in, though.
Which mushrooms are you offering him?
Well, first the blue ones.
Yeah, they're tasty, but I could just go buy those. I heard they're readily available again.
You're welcome, by the way. So then I pull out, I guess, one of the. What are they called? The Lexaturna mushrooms. I ask him what he has to say about these.
And you see his eyes go wide.
And he goes, "Where did you get those?"
I wouldn't want to give away my trade secrets, but I could probably give you a couple if you'd like.
How many do you have? Those are amazingly powerful.
Also a trade secret, but again, I can give you a couple if you'd like.
You give me 20 of those mushrooms, and I'll do it for 75 gold.
Let's establish. I mean, how many mushrooms did you get? Why don't we roll for this instead of
So
just
I
saying
guess-
you got a random amount?
Well, so I had two
Infinite mushrooms.
backpacks that I filled up with one of blue mushrooms and one Lexaturna. So if we want to
Okay.
establish how many would fit in a backpack.
Sure. So I'll say that you have like
400.
40. No, I'll say you have like 40. So you would need to give him half for half price, half your mushrooms.
Lexaturna and 40 of them.
And I just shout from my corner, you know I could just grow those, right?
Why?
Make the deal. I can just make more.
You
Get
know,
a- get a-
I
Get a
really
plus
don't
2
like
long sword out of it.
dealing with those of the lower intellect, so I would prefer to do my business with you if you don't mind.
So
I am affronted.
Since I don't understand what's going on, I tap Erkin on the shoulder and say, "Is he going to make the sword better?"
that's also a good thought. Yeah. What about wait, no, you want the hammer better, right?
No, the sword.
Oh, we want to turn the sword into a hammer?
No, we need to add a plus at least 1, possibly 2 to it, and then because it's got a crossbow mechanism in it.
Right, but I thought you also wanted it to be a hammer. Is that not true anymore?
No, it didn't need to be a hammer. It can be a sword or a hammer. Anything two-handed is fantastic.
Oh. All right. So then I'll tell you what. I'd be willing to make the deal. Would you also be able to help improve this sword along with it for the 20 mushrooms and 75 gold?
So this is the sword with the crossbow that you got from
Key.
the hunter.
Yep.
All right. So he sees the sword.
Where did you get this from? This is my design.
We found it off of somebody who tried to kill us.
It, there, you know, you can make it better. I mean, a common smithy could probably do that for you. It's a little under. I mean, you saw the crossbow in it, right? I mean, that's the real skill right there.
Why would we trust a common smithy when we have someone of great intellect who could probably do a lot more than them a lot quicker?
You know, I see what you're trying to do, but I'm too smart for that, so thank you. 75 gold and 20 mushrooms.
Did
Sidebar.
did Kick Puncher come into the stall too, or he's waiting outside?
I'm probably just hanging out away from not away from everyone, but with
With
Uh,
a tasty treat in your mouth?
Yeah. Sorry, this is my dinner time.
Can I just have 1 minute to speak with my companions about using our gold?
He turns and sits back in his stool.
Awesome. So 75 gold, guys. Are we on board with using some of that money to improve Pinchy?
Norris only has 2 gold. I can't help you.
Yeah, I don't know how much money we actually have, like all told.
Not
Is
that
it
much.
That's-
204?
I have 2.
It's two.
I have 2 gold.
Oh yeah. We each had 2 gold, so 205 plus what? There's 5 of us, so 10,
215.
215, and 20 silver. So it's like a little less than half. We also have we also have some stuff to sell. No, I don't know how much we'll go for.
I say just do it.
Yeah.
I have little use for gold myself, so you're free
I'm
to
good
do
with
whatever
it.
you want.
I just want to try to find a way to improve the sword and go hang out at the gym.
You said a common smithy, which at that point, I mean, holy shit, I can be a common smithy. Oh, okay, new idea. First of all,
I mean, does he mean a common dwarven smithy because they're all racist?
I mean, probably, but all right. So I'm gonna wait. What was the spindly dwarf's name?
You never asked.
We didn't get his name.
Turn back.
He has a terrible social skills.
Yeah, apparently
Just walk in, start demanding things.
wasn't demanding. We were speaking. He knew my name. So I approached the dwarf and I said, "I'm sorry, I never actually asked for your name."
He sighs.
It's Arthur. It's probably a name that you should remember.
Of course, it's Arthur.
Well, I mean, obviously you remembered mine, so yeah, I think that we're good enough on this. But I do
like
have
to-
a
I like
question
to
for you.
I like to keep tabs on potential competition.
So I have one more thing that I would like to offer you. If I can help teach you how you might be able to infuse an item so that you could make a bag of holding whenever you please, would you be able to explain to me the best way that I could improve your design on this sword?
Wait, say that one more time. So
If
you're
I
going to
could-
teach him how to make a bag of holding,
Yeah,
and he's going to teach you what?
just basically the best way that I can improve this sword so that I can get the most out of improving it myself without having to pay another smithy.
Okay. He's considering.
Which
You
means
don't-
Will is considering.
You don't have to answer now, my friend. We can finish the deal for my good friend Pinchy here, and then when I come back, you can tell me if you'd be amenable to this deal.
Yeah, I guess that sounds good. So we're gonna do the crossbow.
Yes, please. Unless
yeah.
you have a better idea.
So he
Flamethrower.
I could do a flamethrower.
Yo. Yes.
less
I mean, we didn't realize it was actually open to discussion.
Hold on. What sorts of things could you put on Pinchy's back?
I mean,
Freaking lasers.
what's a laser?
Like a high-powered flamethrower that shoots in a straight line into
Like
some
this.
very high.
Like this, and I cast Scorching Ray.
So he can do a flamethrower, a crossbow. He could add extra damage to his attacks. He could add armor potentially. So you tell me what you'd be interested in, and I will tell you kind of if. I mean, there's not like a suite of goods here, but I mean, you can get creative with what you would want, and then we'll see how I can. And I'll make they're all going to balance. So no matter what you take, it'll kind of balance with any of the other things. So.
I guess I have to ask, if I were to choose flamethrower, would that give him like a pseudo AoE or no?
Yeah, so in my mind, basically, it would be like a 20-foot cone, but lower damage. So it'd be like 1d4 in like a 20-foot cone.
I
Or you
cast
could do
fireball.
higher single target damage with the crossbow.
Yeah, I really like the idea of a flamethrower.
All right, so he walks back to his table and takes that piece of paper, and he walks over and he's got kind of like a safe, and he opens it up and puts the piece of paper inside, and then goes,
Okay, you can just leave them with me, and I'll work on it, and you can pick them up tomorrow.
Perfect.
and then while he's talking to you, he notices Kick Puncher standing to the side in the back, and he runs over to him and starts grabbing his wrists, both of them. And he says,
Oh my God, You're like the perfect specimen to test my latest prototype.
I
can't
lift him up
find-
off the ground.
I can't find any dwarves with thin enough wrists to freaking wear them.
Thank you.
Would you be interested in trying them out? I'd make it worth your while. They're amazing. I've never been able to test them.
This is free.
I mean, I'd make it worth your while. You can keep a copy of the prototypes. But you'd have to test them for me first. I need a proof of concept, and I've never been able to get someone to wear them.
What is involved in the test?
I'd have to show you. It's basically just using them, and not dying. That's the key part.
So punching and not dying, I can do.
Well, using, not punching.
Oh, sure, whatever.
So he walks back over to his pavilion, and he goes back into that lock safe, and he pulls out what looks like two small bracers with some kind of mechanicals underneath. He comes over and he straps them on your arms so that the mechanical parts are at the bottom. And he goes,
All right, follow me, and we're gonna go to the test area.
Do they shoot shuriken?
Am I gonna
I guess the rest of you can come too if you want to watch.
am I gonna be Ezio now? Gonna like have like a little assassin blade?
yeah, assassin blade. Yes.
Now we have to cut your ring finger off. Give me your hand.
My claw. I'd only have like. Anyway, yeah, I follow him.
So he takes you kind of down some twisting corridors and definitely away from like what you'd say is like the public spaces. And you find an area that you believe is potentially like part of the mining process, where they're transporting like large boulders by waterway. So you see from above basically like colossal boulders falling down into this like raging river that's carrying them farther to what you believe may be like part of the refining process. And it's probably, you know, 400 feet across, to the other side. And I mean, but it's pretty cacophonous. So basically, like the boulders are falling in front of you, and you can see that the river is about 400 feet across. And he grabs your wrist and he points it at the wall.
And he goes, okay, now you're gonna just kind of tense your wrist.
I tense my wrist.
And a thin line comes out of the bottom of it and sticks to the wall.
Spider-Man.
So these are using kind of the same theory. You ever know the spell rope trick? So it's same kind of theory. So there's 100 feet of rope stored in like a magical portal inside each bracer, so that you can use it to adhere to objects. So what I want you to do is I want you to cross this river by basically jumping from rock to rock. Each one can go about 100 feet.
So basically, the test would be to cross, basically connect to each boulder, and then basically Spider-Man your way across to the other side without
Okay.
getting hit by a boulder and dying.
Sure. How do I do that in game?
So I'm gonna have you do basically like 3 acrobatics rolls to determine how well you do to get across. But with the wrist rope devices, you get advantage on each roll.
Oh, okay. I say as I'm about to fail the first one, probably. Okay, 22. Thanks, advantage. Second one, 24. And 23.
All right, so you basically effortlessly traverse the side, right? So you're basically launching from boulder to boulder, 100 feet at a time, leaping off the boulder and then shooting out to the next one. And you quickly traverse the boulders all the way to the other side.
To make it fun, I pick up boulders and throw them at him.
And he goes, okay, now you gotta come back over on this side.
Okay, so I have to do it all again.
Yep.
Alright, 21, 23, and 20.
it worked out even better than I hoped that they would. They're amazing, right? Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No.
So like I said, I thank you so much. You can keep those. I have another pair that I'm gonna bring to market. But I mean they're amazing.
So for game purposes, basically on as a move action, basically, so as part of your movement,
Mhm.
instead of can you close the door, please? So you can traverse up to basically 200 feet by using your wrist rope things, or you can use them as an action to pull an object smaller than yourself to you that's within 100 feet.
Interesting.
Nice.
And then also while you're wearing them, you have advantage on all acrobatics rolls.
Not gonna say no to that. Thanks,
Spider-Man.
Arthur.
What's the matter, bud? All right, hold on 1 second.
Can I just check? Has my mute button been working? Have you been hearing awful coughing or no?
Been working great.
Excellent. Try to get to it enough time. So if I miss one, I apologize. Because
Yeah, I mean I've been coughing too, so
All right,
this
sorry
is
about that.
no
that time of
problem.
year. Yeah, no
Mhm.
worries.
All right, so you guys head back to the shop. Arthur starts pulling Pinchy's back apart. But can I get I guess everyone to make a perception roll?
Ooh.
Boy, I wonder how I'm gonna do.
Since you have advantage.
I don't think that'll matter. Boy, are we gonna try.
Wow.
I mean nat 20.
Look
So
at that, 16.
I'm riding that adrenaline high of fucking swinging
holy
around
shit,
on
two people.
rocks.
That nat 20.
Wow.
Same.
So
Listen,
Ezekiel and Kick Puncher, you notice.
what about me? I'm my 16.
Sorry. You notice that in his rush to grab we need a better name for these things, the Spider-Man gauntlets, that he left his safe open.
Oh.
Oh. Is he
Just
around?
look at each other.
I mean, he's sitting at his bench and walking over. He's very absorbed in working on Pinchy.
Excuse me,
And
sir.
what-
I believe you've left your safe. Wait.
I was
Oh,
wondering
thank
what,
you.
what kind of stuff does he keep in his safe? Was it like his schematics and stuff?
I mean, he's interacted with it a couple times. It was to get the Spider-Man gauntlets, and he put away a piece of paper in there that we believe is a schematic.
Let's just call them rope gauntlets.
Rope
Ooh,
gauntlets.
wonder if you could rope over a piece of paper.
He's just gonna like
This is gonna
stab through,
be-
like destroy everything in the safe.
He's gonna grab the
And-
whole safe and rip it back towards him.
And one play session later, these are completely removed. And
Nope. We just deal with it. Yeah. So basically, it's anything smaller than you. So how much do you weigh?
More than a piece of paper.
Yeah.
yo,
Honestly,
can I
not-
utilize
not
the
a
spell
lot.
rope
Not
trick in
that,
this
not that
way?
much. That's why I gave him to you specifically because I don't think you weigh that much.
Yeah, I'm like 110. I wrote down, which I assume is like an average
Yeah.
for like a Kenku.
Yeah,
Yo, can I utilize the actual spell the way he's utilizing these bracers?
No.
I'm sitting here talking about this. I was like, I have the spell. What's going on?
Um,
I mean,
I guess we could just be friendly. I have no way to steal anything out of this that would not just ruin our lives. So
Nobody has to steal. We just need, someone to look at the schematics.
Yeah, I mean the dude's already given me
Wait.
free stuff, and he's given us a discount on the.
wait, you're a Kenku. You could just look at the stuff and memorize it.
Yes.
I could, yeah, but we would still have to get over there without him.
I mean, I can go distract him and ask him about the gym.
I'm gonna try to charm my way into this.
All right, so the charming duo of Nors and Ezekiel are gonna try to go over there while Kick Puncher looks at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'm just
Or
gonna.
you want to just do it? I can just stand here, I guess.
It's up to you, man.
I am Tree.
I am Tree.
I am Groot.
I'm hoping that. All right, follow my lead, and I'm gonna like elbow Kick Puncher.
Wait, is there someone who's not with us right now who's staying away that I can just give the gauntlets to, so we can't take them away from me if I get caught?
I
we're-
mean, I could walk away.
We're not gonna
I'm
steal.
not even sure if Nostra is in the game because I haven't heard him say.
He's
I'm
got
still
push to talk.
putzing around the corner.
We're not.
He
we're
was
not
he was
stealing.
offended earlier. He's gonna continue being offended around the corner.
The guy straight up called me dumb.
To be fair, he called me dumb too. I made Pinchy and I'm dumb.
Are you
got a
saying he's
21
wrong?
intelligence, So,
That's
I mean,
less than me.
21? You have more than a 20 intelligence?
Wait, let me make sure that's true.
I don't think that's true.
You're right. I'm 18 for now.
You come back when you're 22.
Oh, I will rub it in his face.
Norris has a very high number, 8.
I am also an 8, by the way.
Me too.
Hell yeah.
All right, so Ezekiel and Norse, what are you doing?
I'm
Am I
gonna.
following your lead, or is that what you were
No,
talking
I-
to me, or were you talking to Kick
I want
Puncher?
Kick Puncher to come with me.
Sure.
I'm gonna-
Also, for role-playing purposes, I have no idea what the hell they're doing because I'm too enamored by him messing with my construct that
I-
I'm just watching in brilliant awe.
I also don't understand Dwarvish, so if I need like a vocal cue, it's not gonna work.
I'm also out of spell slots
Well,
for tongues.
He,
and
Yeah.
he
I'm
started
on
speaking to me at
hour,
one
so-
point, so I assumed he just started
Yeah,
speaking
no,
common.
he's
Yeah, that's
speaking
fair.
he's speaking in common, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna walk over to him and I'm just going to. Is it like how is this like the geography of the setup? Is it like behind his counter or is it just like
No,
in
so
a
basically
shop?
his workbench is like the back wall, basically. His safe is all the way to the right, and then kind of like on the leftish side, like basically like he's on top of Pinchy at this point, like elbow deep in him.
You know what? Let's. All right, I'm just gonna play dumb. All right, so I'm gonna walk over and just start looking around and just like talking to him like, hey, have you made all this stuff? And like kind of just pointing out things and asking about like different contraptions that are on his walls and on his benches and stuff, and just asking him like, this everything that you've made? Just like I'm kind of carousing through his shop.
Okay, so you'd say this is deception.
Yeah.
So you're specifically trying to distract him.
Yes.
All right, roll deception. I'll give you advantage too because he's already pretty distracted. Okay, so he is distracted. He's kind of just he looks at you kind of annoyed and then like redoubles his efforts inside Pinchy.
All right.
He's-
I'm going to like if he's a little distracted, just kind of elbow or just like gesture to Kick Puncher to come over, and without even like skipping a beat, just start pulling papers out of his safe, and just say, "Wow, can you look at all this stuff? What is all this?" And kind of like showing it to Kick Puncher, like quickly, like going through it, you know, as quick as I can, you know, as quick as like makes sense. Like I'm just in
so there's only
enamored
one
as
piece of paper in
gracious.
there, which is a piece of paper that he put in there.
Okay.
But you pull that and he goes.
No, my masterpiece.
He starts running over to the safe.
I trip him.
I'm assuming Kick Puncher's gonna look at it.
Yeah.
All right, let me share this with Kick Puncher. So this is what you see. So you see a schematic for an automaton. Let me know when it comes over. It should be in your journal.
Gotcha.
It's humanoid. It looks like you.
Schematic. Oh yes, I see it now. It is beautiful.
Wait, do I not see it?
Oh, that's true. You do see it.
I
'cause
guess I
you're-
could- What-
I just didn't know if that was what you planned.
Yeah,
or
no.
not.
Would I be able to reproduce this after looking at it like this?
Yeah, I think that's
I
your.
thought that was your trait, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your racial. Yeah,
I
listen,
mean,
you
it,
can-
it basically gives me what is it? Proficiency. Let me actually look at what the racial trait is. You have advantage in all checks made to produce forgeries. So theoretically, I would still have to like make an actual roll of some kind.
Now I thought that you could produce copies.
Let's back up a minute here.
You son of a bitch.
I mean,
Yeah, no. Advantage in all checks to produce forgeries or duplicates of existing objects.
yeah, I thought your Kenku power is that you could like see things and memorize them. I thought that was one.
I
of
mean,
them.
it is essentially that. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
So
don't-
then
I guess
I'm continuing
reproducing
this
it-
plan.
Yeah, I guess reproducing it is different than memorizing it.
Memorizing
so
it,
that's
yeah.
legit.
I'm so when he runs over, I'm gonna act like appalled, like oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I was just in awe of all of your creations.
he grabs the paper and stuffs it back in the safe and slams it.
Not that you
Fireball?
can recreate it anyway. So
Can I like lean down and whisper to him like, what is that? That looks amazing.
I think it's time for you guys to leave my shop.
Like okay, I guess we've worn out our welcome, and then start heading out.
Ooh, Jim now.
Ooh. Ooh.
So
Let's
are
go
you gonna
with
try
that.
to reproduce the schematic? You want to roll
Yes.
for that now?
Wait.
Yes.
I'm going to give you my forgery kit.
I have a forgery kit. I'm a forger.
Never mind.
Double.
Double
forward.
proficiency.
Double.
Can I lend my
Holds-
ability?
Wields a pen in both hands.
Can I assist him as someone who is proficient with all tools?
Well, I do have advantage already, anyways. So, what even would this be like? Sleight of hand.
In Xanthar's Guide to Everything, it has what you
So
would do.
I would have done it as your proficiency bonus, a d20 plus your proficiency bonus for it.
Yeah, but then there should still be a skill to back it up.
Hold on, I'm looking up Xanthar's.
Yeah, it has everything surprisingly.
Amazing.
Thought.
Tool
I would also like to try to
proficiencies.
forge the thing I did not see.
So forging kit.
Perception.
Use it for Arcana Deception. Let me see. Surprisingly, this doesn't really have what you would roll.
Forging or copying, right? Is copying.
I guess it's technically copying
Yeah.
because they're not trying to forge it to trick somebody.
I could see like perception, sleight of hand, maybe.
I'll give you sleight of hand. That's fine.
Oh
Okay.
my
I
god.
don't know what else to do with it, so I don't want to
Okay.
give you a skill that you suck at. So
So,
I have an issue.
S- So here's I have a thing that I found. As a part of a short rest, you can produce a forged document no more than 1 page in length. As part of a long rest, you can produce a document that is up to 4 pages long. Your intelligence
put
check
one down
is
on top of that.
used in creating forgery kits against the DC of somebody else's intelligence to spot the fake.
yeah, but it's not really a forgery. It's just a copy.
Right.
so,
I just figured it
Yeah.
would be just a baseline to go by.
but I don't want to give them intelligence either. So
Fair enough.
Hey, real quick. I might have an issue.
What?
Artificer is no longer in beta, which means
Oh.
I actually can't see it on D&D Beyond anymore.
oh, no.
no.
You're gonna have to spend $2.99.
It's $49.99 it wants me to pay.
Oh fuck.
Rip.
LOL.
I
What-
think that
week.
I think they might be able to share it, but
It's,
you're gonna have to wait
it's
till-
pay to win
Yeah,
class now.
It's no
If-
worries.
If you create a campaign and like invite his character sheet to it or
Yeah,
whatever,
you
he'll have
will see
access
it.
to all your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright, I'll do that after. You're gonna have to.
it's okay. I'm gonna see if I can download a copy of the book, which is a rude thing for
Son,
me to do.
Ebenon Rising
but-
from the last war. I'll get it for you. No worries.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Seth will find it in 5 seconds.
Anyway, so
All right,
forgery,
sleight of hand plus proficiency
and advantage because that's my thing.
and advantage.
So 19.
So you recreate on a piece of paper. All right, Chris O'Connell, can you roll the same thing without proficiency and with disadvantage and see what you create?
Oh yeah. Yes. Hold on.
With
I'm
disadvantage.
excited.
Disadvantage.
It's gonna be 2 nat 20s.
Hold on. Let's see. What's my sleight of hand? Just. Ooh, I got +2 to that.
I'm
Here's
gonna
the
laugh
first
when
one.
you do something better.
Oh my god. Please. Please. Oh my god.
Yes.
So
So
Kick Puncher. I'm just gonna show everyone. 'cause he
we're
draws
just
it
we're
on a piece of
explaining it to him as he's drawing it, and he goes.
Yes.
He goes
Takes
into
mine.
some sort of like some sort of like fugue state.
Norris loves the crayons.
And everyone looks at him and he's like, "What? I was just drawing."
Yes.
All right, so he reproduces the schematic for you to be in your, I think, in everyone's journals now.
Oh.
So
Josh
this
is gonna lose
will
it.
this will enable you, with time, to create a new automaton.
I'm about to change all my spells to make this go faster.
Chessboard.
Oh wait, I
Can you have more than one automaton at a time?
not at this point, unless we want to work something out here.
It is
Yeah,
not
we'll
in
figure
my
it out.
journal.
Yeah,
It's at the very
It might be
top.
at the very top.
goose
Yeah,
automaton.
it's
Oh, goose.
it's
Okay.
shared with everyone. It's a duck.
Oh my god.
But
Oh my god.
Amazingly, it's a goose.
it took a while to find that picture, by the way. Hope you
Oh.
appreciate that.
Where
Does
where
it-
even do you
not a
find that?
schematic, but
Does it shit out that rope?
it does.
Like, yes.
Out colon F.
Yes.
Oh
colon
my
F.
god. I need this in my life.
Alright, so we'll figure out after this how to build it, but it's definitely going to be a downtime activity over a couple or probably
Honk.
longer period. Yeah.
It doesn't have to do anything amazing. It just needs
Just
to
has to
honk
Oh
and
my
annoy
god.
people.
Can this thing have like the complete thieves toolkit of like lock picking and stealing and
It's I have a character sheet in mind for it, so it's more about how to build it than what it's going to do. So I have a pretty good idea.
That's
If you
funny.
build it, they will come.
Yeah, it's going to be more utility than Mr. Pinchy's combat. This will be like a utility automaton.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm so
Okay.
happy.
So
Do we have enough time to go to the gym since we're standing outside of there? And
yes,
I did something
absolutely.
artistic.
You're going to be so disappointed when you go into the gym, by the way.
Hey Josh.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yes.
Took even
I'm actually really.
shorter amount of time than I thought.
honestly more concerned if.
They've changed it.
Yeah.
This is a
That's
big
what
book.
there
This is a
I
big
think there was
supplement.
some nerfing done because DM Academy was complaining about.
Did they nerf me because I was proficient with every fucking tool?
Everything. Yeah, literally everything.
They're like, we can't
You
do
were-
this anymore.
And that you were a paladin, wizard, rogue, or whatever. The
Yeah,
fuck you
yeah,
were.
that's
Bard.
that's kind of fucked up, but
Yeah.
whatever. We'll take it.
Yo, this looks like a good supplement though to look through.
So I head to the gym.
Okay, so Norris bursts his way into the gym, and to his disappointment, the only thing that he sees is a reception desk, and you see a dwarf with his feet up
Change
on the
my fucking
desk,
spells.
and he looks like he's asleep, and he's got like a long pipe hanging out of his mouth.
Pound my fist on the desk.
He awakes with a start and goes, what do you want?
Is this the gym?
Didn't you see the sign? This is the mountain gym, bro.
I want to get stronger.
Oh, are you into bag beasts too?
My ears perk up, and I rummage in
I
my
thought you were gonna
sack.
be upset, Chris.
I know. I spit.
I throw a D8 in the vicinity of the man.
You throw a dice.
I got a medium-sized weasel.
Yeah, hold on. I lost my chart.
Do you throw a
No, I
shrimp?
throw a tiny giant rat at him.
Tiny giant.
That that's a great rat, dude. Do you want to fight? Is that what we're doing now? I don't understand what we're doing now.
I have a bag too. Can I see your bag?
In, are you are we rumbling? Is that what we're doing? I mean,
Yes.
is this
Yes,
like
Nors will rumble with you.
is this like an official throwdown?
An official
you-
throwdown.
Are you here for the mountain badge?
All right, let's do it.
Uh that's awesome, man. It's been like forever since anyone came and tried to get a badge. And he reaches under the counter and pulls a bag out, and he guides you to the back. And you pretend that this is underground, but I'm going to reuse a Roll20 map that we already used. But leads you into a decent sized, a decent sized stadium. It's really hard to, we're going to have to take a stop on the way. It's really hard to move the players to where they need to go. All right, so are you playing with your giant rat? That's what you're going with, or your tiny giant rat?
I mean, I never got the stat block for the mushroom, so
All right, hold on.
yeah.
I mean, has he learned the ability to summon whichever one he wants yet?
He is not. So if you pull the mushroom, then we'll worry about
So RNGesus gave me a rat. Now, are we playing by the same rules as not Ash, where I can just preload mine and send them out?
it. So no, it's a little bit different than tournament. So all you have to do is beat my beast. But you can throw up to 3, but you gotta throw one at a time. You can only have one on the field at once. But it's been a while since I did this, so hold on. And he reaches down and kind of rummages around in his bag, and pulls out a ball and throws on the field. Hold on.
So for disclosure, I replaced the one roll, the weasel, with the mushroom. So if I do roll a 1, it's gonna be a mushroom.
You mean you gave your weasel to Professor Oak or Professor L?
No, the weasel is
bill?
just
It's
sidebarred.
just off. It's on the bench right now.
It's on the bench in the ether or wherever these
That's
things.
what I'm talking about. You put it in the bank, like in Pokemon.
Yeah. Yes.
You gave it to
Into what's his face's computer.
So
into Bill's.
So he reaches into his bag and throws a fuzzy ball, and from it erupts a flaming, extremely large tiger, and it is a Cindermaw tiger. He's like, whenever you're ready, big guy.
I'm gonna yell at him. Don't cheat like you did last time.
That wasn't him.
No.
How you didn't cheat? Oh, you're
No.
yelling at. Never mind, I got you.
In Austrian.
I didn't cheat.
I think.
All right, so are we rolling initiative or like how?
Yeah, hold on. Yep, I'm sorry, I don't have the thing up. Hold on 1 second. I restarted my computer because it wasn't working, and now what I need. Yeah, so good. Roll initiative, yeah.
Be right back. I need a sweatshirt. It's cold in here.
Sweet.
All right, so let's drag this over here.
They took away my arcane jewel
All right,
until level
so
9.
the Cindermaw Tiger rushes forward. Can you put your rat on a spot? There you go. And he is going to bite and then swipe. 17,
Definitely hits.
23.
So I'm gonna say my rat's dead.
Yeah. How much HP does it have?
7.
Yeah. No, it died. All right. So you can throw up to 3 monsters though, or 3 beasts.
All right, I got me a dire wolf.
Here we go.
Now the real fight begins. I gotta
Yeah,
put on some
so-
appropriate music for this.
Oh, hold on. Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. Well, I just want you to know they actually might have done something to make it worse for you.
Who did? I did.
No, the change that they made.
To the artificer.
Awesome.
I can now create any tool that I want,
Of course.
and I still get my proficiency.
Why?
You're-
Why?
You're
Why the
You're proficient in a tool that's used to create the tool that you're going to use to be
Yeah.
proficient.
It takes an hour to create whatever tools that I want, but I can create
course.
whatever tools I want in an hour.
Tools that don't even exist.
For nothing but rock dust.
Oh my god.
I need
yeah,
a pipe.
you're up.
I need a pipe laying kit. I'm gonna make one real quick.
Yeah.
So I crit.
Okay.
Hey.
That hits. Yeah.
That hits.
Oh wait, no, I gotta roll max damage. Now hold on. So
No, it's double dice in this game.
oh shit. Okay. Hold on. So 11. 11 plus 8, so 19 damage, and I need a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Okay. Nice hit. DC 13.
DC 13.
Oh.
So he's prone. Yep.
I mean.
It doesn't matter on a 1v1, but it's just fun.
It's effect, yes. All right. So.
What a cute dog. Hey, doggy. Hey, doggy.
It's pretty bite-tastic. So
1v1 fights are kind of. So you know what? He's actually going to. Nah, you know what? He's just gonna do this. So he's gonna bite and claw again. So 15 and 11,
AC 14.
12 damage.
Okay, I'm still good. I'm up.
No, the other guy is.
Yeah, you're up.
Hold on, I got a notepad going with the hit points here. Whoops, hold on. $12?
Nope.
Alright.
Gonna get the one attack.
I only get the one attack.
Wow.
I mean, he has pack tactics, so it's supposed to be better, but it's a wolf. It's not great by himself.
14 and 15.
Both hit.
14 damage. And 15 damage.
And we're out.
Alright, you got one guy left.
So hope for the
Come
most.
on. Lucky number 1.
Another dire wolf.
Direwolf.
Roll him out again.
He never left.
He just stands back up. He goes, for the light of Sylvanas.
13.
No, why are you
13
rolling 2d6 plus 3?
No, the
He
22,
rolled a 22.
Oh,
22 to
22.
hit.
Okay.
I
and then
assume
13.
that hit, and 13
did.
bitey damage.
Alright, he looks
So you have
not
to make
great.
us saving throw again, or no?
Yeah, 13 saving throw. There's no
matter.
point. Don't
I
bother
was
doing
gonna
the
say,
saving
do I,
throw.
do I really? There you go. I got that out of the way. How about that? All right, 7, ugh, and 8. Looks not great, yay. This is your chance.
I'm assuming that hits.
I feel like the Frozen soundtrack is perfect.
10 damage.
10 damage. All right. Most of his fire has gone out by this point, but he's still up.
Man, good thing he doesn't have the heated body trait, because otherwise this would really suck.
9, 15 hits. 8 damage. Fuck, 1 and a 2. Great job, Cindermall Tiger.
Oh.
Nope.
It kind of sounds like
And now the flubbing starts.
14, 11, 13 damage. Still up or you down?
I got 16 health left.
No.
I mean, the wolves are kind of tanky. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Boo.
And the Cindermall Tiger goes down in a heap. He goes.
I do a little victory dance.
We actually won something.
holy crap.
Huzzah!
Oh, great job, big guy. That was fun. I haven't gotten to do a good beast bag game forever. I think I have to give you something now, though. And he like gets, and he holds out a small pin in the shape of a mountain.
Huzzah.
Would you call this the rock badge?
The mountain badge.
Does he pass out and give Yale his money?
And then he goes, also you get one of my beasts. And he pulls 3 fuzzy balls out and puts them in him. So I am
What's
going
inside the
to-
balls?
What's in the bag? All right,
Can I
so
play
hold
with
on
your
1
balls?
second. So I want to make sure that no one accuses me of cheating.
You're probably cheating.
Probably.
I smell the balls and say, gee, your balls smell great.
All right, yay. Roll a d3, which can only exist here.
No, D3s exist.
Ah, do they?
Yeah, they're just really, really weird.
What's the command to roll? Oh, there it is, 2.
All right. So you pick up the ball and you drop it on the ground, and the same Cindermaw Tiger that you just battled appears.
Yes.
So, and he can do a bunch of things that he didn't get to do in that battle. So if you go to D&D Beyond in the homebrew section and look up Cindermaw Tiger, it has the whatchamacallit, it has the character sheet. So he also has a pounce. He can lava splash. He's also resistant to fire damage. And the guy goes, "Oh, bummer, man. He was my favorite. Bye, buddy."
Oh, yeah.
And do you pin the badge to yourself?
Oh, definitely. It's going on my cloak.
So the badge is actually a magical item. And 1 time per day, you can specifically choose which beast comes out of the bag.
Ooh.
Nice.
Taking
Mushroom
notes?
cows
Awesome.
all day.
Yeah, seriously, I get between the cow and the Cindermaw Tiger, like, I don't have to just run triple badger anymore.
Yeah, who did you bench? Cindermaw
I,
Tiger's going in the
I bench the badger.
Good
Aw.
choice.
Wait, you
Because I
kept
have
the
a
rat?
badger. I have
You
a
can't
badger and I have a
do-
giant badger.
So the only thing we have to
No.
look at is what CR are you at right now? What is your total CR in your bag?
What's the CR for the mushroom? Was it CR1 or CR2?
He was standby.
CR15.
He's
Go
a
to my
Torask.
Counter builder. He was CR1.
Stand by. I am at CR 6 and 7/8
Total?
total.
Okay, so your max with this bag is 10. So your combination of people cannot exceed 10.
All right, I got to redesign the spreadsheet now for this whole thing, but okay, that's cool.
There you go. Happy to
Awesome.
fuck with you.
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-da-da.
All right. So you've investigated the gym and the engineer, and it only took an hour. So it is.
best.
It's getting pretty dark at this point.
Norris needs to sleep.
You guys want to head back to the inn?
Let's do it.
Sure.
All right. So you guys shoot back to the inn, and you see again. Lucius and his crew are playing cards like they normally do, and Glorf is at the bar. So you guys can talk to people if you want, or you can head straight to bed.
I'm playing with my balls.
Great.
You and Chris both.
Yes, I will play with his balls.
Who did you say was around in the bar?
So, Lucius, gentleman pirate captain, he's kind of just hanging tight, and then his 4 shipmates are playing cards 2-on-2, or not 2-on-2, but two games happening of 1v1.
I mean, I
I'll
guess.
play some cards.
Yeah, why not? Let's learn how to play some cards.
Yes, learn.
All right, so someone approaching Lucius, or are you just going to observe the game?
I'm gonna hang back and watch.
Yeah, I want to observe just for a minute to see if I recognize what game they're playing.
All right, so it's probably the most popular card game, so you definitely recognize it right away. It's 3 Dragon Ante.
Okay.
So if you have a proficiency in 3 Dragon Ante, I mean, actually, you don't even need one. You can play regardless. You just won't get proficiency bonus if you play.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'm probably gonna sit out.
I stand up and demand a game.
And Lucius goes, let me switch gears here. Oh, my darling, you want to play a game?
I do.
We love some fresh blood coming through. Do you have a deck?
I do.
I don't think you do.
That was
Do you actually have a deck?
You told me I'd had one.
No, you're proficient in it.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't. No, I don't.
Okay. So he hands you a deck of cards, and he says, "If you can beat the fellas here, maybe I'll play it myself. Can wager some stakes."
I don't even know much.
Why would you wager meat?
God.
8 intellect, gentlemen. 8 intellect.
All right, so
I have 2 gold right now.
I'd like
so
to.
no, you can play the crew.
Oh,
Free.
for free. Okay.
So you have to earn your way up to playing the captain.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's do it.
I'd like to watch this game intently with my background in the criminal underworld and
Yep.
make sure that nobody's cheating.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I would assume that's where Kick Puncher also learned to play. 3
It
Dragon
is.
Ante. All right, so basically, when you play 3 Dragon, the way that I have it set up for 3 Dragon Ante, so this is going to be kind of like a tournament to get to the captain. So you're going to roll a d20 against whoever you're playing. It's plus proficiency, right? And then
Yep.
if you beat them, you can take their deck, and you'll get a +1 for that. So it's basically winner takes the deck.
Okay.
Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 2? What?
Um,
Who goes
so
first?
so one of the pirates gestures you to sit down, and uh, you sit down next to him, and you see that the deck that you were given is like it's like a mono black deck, right? So not great.
Don't be
and
hating
he's
on
gonna roll-
zombies.
and he's gonna roll against you. So yeah, you can roll a d20 plus proficiency, and then you have a base of 0 basically because you have a starter deck.
I rolled a 10. Not great.
All
No.
right, so
He's
I
cheating.
mean,
Did you see him cheating?
He's playing like a blue flyers deck, so he like mops the floor with you. And he gestures if you play again.
Of course. Now that I have my practice round out of the way. See?
Oh, nice.
Hey!
Ah.
So
How the
you,
tables have turned.
you double down this time. You got your practice round. You haven't played in a while. You managed to wipe the floor with him. So he grudgingly hands over his deck to you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, how the turntables.
All
Who's
right,
next?
you're on
This
to the next
bitch is
guy.
down. Who's next?
All right, go ahead. So now you can add +1 to
Oh
your.
shit. Well, I didn't learn a thing.
You gotta add the +1. You gotta reroll that.
No, he did.
Nah, I already did.
All right, so he's playing like a blue black deck. It's working pretty well for him. And then so he actually takes your deck from you and you're back down to the base deck.
Fuck that guy.
So,
So what about that? Can that other guy like even play anymore?
yeah, there's basically plenty of base decks.
Okay. I mean, I don't want
Use
to
the
waste
base deck and go
everyone's
against.
No. But here's the deal, all right? So
And now the cheating begins.
time.
so here's the deal. We're gonna do this.
We're gonna
Guidance.
make a tool. We're gonna make a tool, and it's a robot that plays 3-dragon ante.
It
No.
counts
So
cards.
you have a basic deck, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're essentially going to do some magical tinkering. So on the best cards that you have, and I can do. Let me make sure that I have the right amount. They changed this shit. Let's recommend it. Multiple objects. Okay, so 4. So we're gonna take the 4 best cards that you want, and we're gonna put some sort of little magical thing on it. So when you touch it, you know that's what it is. That's what we're gonna do, which should at least give you a +1 to your score.
I would say that it definitely would give him a +1 to his score.
What happens if someone else touches a card though?
We have it attuned to you. It's okay. Like, come with me. We're gonna go. We'll figure this out.
All right, so is this magic that you're doing, or this is artificing, or it's just
It's artificing, but it's done through, I guess, what magic I have. So essentially, I'm just gonna take and you're just gonna see me, touch the cards real quick, and we're gonna talk about these cards together. And as we talk about, understanding the heart of the cards, if you will, you will know the heart of these 4 cards.
okay? Do you have? I'm gonna say you're gonna roll for that. So let's see how. I mean,
What? I just get to do it at will. It's magical tinkering.
Of
It's that
course
first
it is.
level.
of course it is. So you magically tinker the cards, give him +1.
You can just hear the resignment in his voice.
I just assume that he can do whatever he wants. I'm not even fact checking. He's a paladin, bard, fucking wizard.
So we start from the bottom again then?
Yeah. Start from the bottom.
But this time I have a small advantage of 14. God damn. Didn't work.
All right, I can only do so much here.
Like how our campaign is basically like Like Yu-Gi-Oh meets Pokemon meets Full Metal Alchemist
Meets Final Fantasy 8. Yeah.
meets Final Fantasy 8
Oh, God.
meets
You can
Trigon
probably you can
All right,
probably keep that deck and collect cards around the world. I mean, my assumption
meets
is
The
that
Witcher.
everyone plays this game. Probably like go challenge Brugger and get his best card.
Okay.
Is there a Brugger card that
Uh,
is
and
unbelievably
convince
overpowered?
Kifa to become your
Would you
Kifa.
say that this deck of cards counts as an artisan?
What?
Would you say that these decks of cards count as an artisan pool?
Sure. Yes. What? I just want to see what you're doing. So yes.
What?
Again, technically, without even being like bending the rules, a gaming set is a artisan's tool. It's in
I don't think
Xanthar
it's an
Skype
artisan
everything.
tool. I think it's a gaming. I think it's a separate thing. But
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold
Yeah, because
You,
I'm
you
just
might
saying,
be right. So
if it is an artisan tool, I get double proficiency bonuses. So
Nah,
we're just
it's-
gonna take over
it's-
this.
it's a gaming set. It's not an artisan's tool.
Proficiency with a gaming set applies to one type of game, such as Three Dragon Ante or games of chance that use dice. So a Three Dragon Ante set is considered a gaming set.
Yes.
All right.
Not
Well,
an
I'll
artisan.
try one more time
We
to run
tried.
the gauntlet.
Okay. They're gonna
We-
be here for a while, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
we tried.
It's just gonna be me and Chris for the next week, texting each other back and forth to see if you can get all the way through.
All right, one more time, and then I'll
Alright.
go to sleep.
Go. All right.
Hooray!
The
Yes.
first round.
All right.
Look how hard are the cards?
All right, I'm feeling the fire now. Let's go next guy. Yes.
All right.
Fucked.
All right.
How many more of these assholes are there?
Wait,
Two.
wait. So now you get a better deck now, right?
Yep. So now you're plus
Yeah.
one again.
So it's up to +6 now. Oh well.
Shit.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
That if that's not Providence, I don't know what is. Like it's unbelievable.
You've made the captain. You're done.
No, he's got one more.
Oh, please, come on. Yes.
Do it. Yeah, they're all afraid
Holy
now.
shit. All right, so I mean, you're dropping like blue eyes, white dragons on this situation.
Yes.
It's not even a legal Three Dragon anti card. I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
He's
You
playing with
fucking pulled
unglued.
Exodia, the
You're-
forbidden one.
Yeah, you're playing trap cards. I mean, you're playing by your own rule set here. And you have earned a seat at the captain's table.
Is this a permanent seat? I
This
can
is
come
a
back whenever I
permanent-
want.
This is a permanent seat at the captain's table.
Nice.
Does that mean he gets +8 now forever?
So he has a +8 deck. Yes.
Oh,
what it is?
baby.
Yeah, +8. Yeah,
Yeah, +8.
because you magically artificed it.
So do I actually have to like
He-
wager something with Lucius?
So he looks at you and seems to be kind of like sizing you up. What am I gonna do with you, darling? I will make you a deal. I will trade one passage on my ship, which is very
Does your-
valuable.
Does your ship still exist? Did we ever?
That's why it's called gambling, darling. It's gambling. In exchange, you personally owe me one favor to be called in when I wish.
Does he need
I
Beefhead for
I
that
I
favor?
chime in over. He accepts, and I'm like
crowd
kind of
has
like nodding
spoken.
and like nodding with approval when I hear it.
The crowd has spoken. Now I'm about to get cheated.
All right, roll your. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
I'll go. What the fuck?
Nerves.
I've rolled so many ones.
No.
The nerves have just gotten the better of you.
This is a warm up, right? He gets a mulligan.
Two out of three. 2 out of 3.
Double or nothing, darling.
So what, 2 favors or 2?
Actually,
Why would I need 2
actually, you know what?
passages? on the
You know what? We will do. It was actually supposed to be best of 3, so we'll do best of 3.
Also, we need a place and a passage back. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, 16 isn't really gonna help.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Double or
Sorry,
nothing.
So that was it. Yeah. So double or nothing, darling.
Ooh,
Should I roll my perception
2
check for
favors.
cheating?
Yeah, do an insight or something.
Wait,
Does
what
he
do you want
need
to do,
knee
Chris?
pads for these favors?
Don't knock it till you try it, darling.
If you like the beak, go right ahead.
All right. You gonna go double or nothing?
Fuck it. Let's do it. You go first this time, though. God damn it.
No.
Oh.
Well, I
Oh,
literally
oh
can't
my
beat
God.
that, so I just throw my cards into the trash. Yeah, I wouldn't have it anyway. Well, all my luck ran
He-
out.
he winks at
Triple
you.
or nothing.
Let's call it quits for tonight, darling. You don't want to write checks you can't cash.
What are these favors gonna do? How many times are we gonna die?
We're not dying anywhere. Nobody's ever doing a favor.
It's only me. It's fine.
Kick Puncher personally owes a debt.
Hey, he's a
Two debts.
gentleman
He's
pirate.
a gentleman pirate. He's classy.
So
All
we've
right.
been told.
He gets my deck though, right?
No, it's worse than his deck, so you can hold.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you
But
threw it in the
you-
garbage.
Nah, I assume you pick it back out
I
of the
have,
garbage.
I have, I have
so-
removed the I guess enchantment that I put on it, so it's now a +7. Just
All right, so
Wow,
you now permanent. So which has value to you because this game is very popular. You have a +7
+7.
3
Yeah.
dragon anti deck, which is a very
Okay.
powerful deck. All right, so that concludes the mini game portion of the evening. Does anyone have anything they'd like to do before they go to sleep? I mean, great time for downtime activities.
I
I
am
think someone needs to take a crack at a ring.
I'm going to take a
Push-ups.
crack at my goddamn ring.
Let me
70 push-ups.
go back and see where you are, Seth. Here.
I just want to ask, if he's doing a crack at this ring, how much would the
31
identify
sit-ups.
spell help him?
I mean, we know what it is. It's about trying to
yeah,
overcome the curse.
he's trying to break the curse. He knows exactly what's wrong.
Mm.
All right, go ahead. Arcana, Seth.
All right. I couldn't remember what it was. Hold on.
+8.
I wish. Eight.
Oh, so close.
God damn it.
You feel like you're like right there. Like you can feel that hidden power underneath it.
Okay.
You've learned to separate out you can sense the level of the cursed magic on top of the actual magic of the item underneath it. So you're getting there.
Okay.
Did my 70 push-ups and 31 sit-ups help him?
They
It
impressed
did
me.
not, but I'm
No.
keeping track of those, Chris. I'm gonna help you someday.
Nice.
I
You're gonna-
make 40 good berries.
You're gonna get a magic item that's like proportional to the number of push-ups that you've done in your
Push-ups,
life.
yes. It's fuck. What is it? Where you use the amount of people you've killed?
Yeah, it's a
Final
Tonberry.
Fantasy. Tonberry, yeah. You do as much damage one time as many push-ups as you did
Nice.
to kill Bellfire.
Hey guys,
Hi.
mind if I melt down one of these great swords?
In the inn?
Yes.
Yes, we mind.
I'm cool with it.
I
Let me
guess,
make you a
just-
bonfire.
Just don't burn the goddamn inn down.
I have tools. It won't happen. Don't worry.
That's what the last guy said.
So I'm not sure you can do that in a normal like fireplace.
No. I have a spell called Heat Metal.
Oh, okay. And you're gonna use that to melt it? Is that part of
Essentially, for a downtime activity, I don't know what needs to be done, but I know that there's metal that needs to be used. I'm just gonna start preparing to make this.
Okay.
goose
I'm
medic
okay
for
with
downtime.
that. Yeah.
So I figured I would let people know that I'm getting rid of a greatsword, essentially, to start
Okay.
doing.
So you're gonna turn it into a
that's-
steel ingot.
That's 20 silver that we could get.
All
But
right,
we
I'd
can
li-
have a goose.
No, you
I'm gonna
could
go
have
to
the
sleep.
goose.
You burn the place down. I'm gonna sleep. I got hit
So-
points to regain.
My slightly injured wolf is gonna guard me while I sleep.
You summon a Cindermaw Tiger and burn the inn down.
I can't. I have
Oh
no
my god,
more
can that
spells.
melt stuff for me? I have to waste the spell on heat
I'm
metal?
okay with heat metal. You're about to go to sleep, so it's irrelevant.
I mean, well, yeah, so I have to choose my spells for the day.
So I'm gonna say the Cindermaw Tiger cannot turn your.
I would say if he had the like the heated body trait, we can just like stick it in his mouth and just rotate it like blacksmiths do. But he does not.
Jesus Christ.
We're fine. We're good. I'm happy. I'm happy with how this is turning out. I have to get Pinchy tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good then.
Is everyone going to bed?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
redoing my
Oh,
spell
God.
book. So
And I
I'm
forgot,
already
are
asleep.
are you guys sleeping in one room or you have 5 separate rooms? I
One
can't
room.
remember. One room.
Oh, that got really hot. I'm very sorry, guys.
Glorf. Glorf goes, good night.
Good night.
All right, so you go upstairs and you drift off to sleep. Can everyone roll me perception checks, including
Second
I guess
perception.
your wolf?
Ooh, 15.
So would this perception check be smell or hearing related?
I take the
Uh,
19.
It could be it could be either. Yeah, so you can have advantage.
Oh, because he has a king hearing and smell. So let's see what this gets me. Awesome. So I get a 9 and a 13. Yes, Wolf has a 13.
So during the night, let's say Ezekiel, you are woken up by the feeling of like breath on your ear because someone is whispering into your ear. So you're woken up by Lucius, who goes, "Wake up, my little darlings. There's some people downstairs to see you.
What the fuck already?
It seems important."
Who do they want to see?
You fellas,
All
of
of
you.
us? Okay. And I start waking everybody up.
I thrash and punch from being woken up.
So you guys did not long rest. You were able to short rest. So I will say if you want to roll hit die due to that, you could. But none of you rested long enough to long rest.
All right, 1 spell slot.
I got my sorcery
Fuck you,
points.
Will.
Wow.
But not spell slots.
I
Hold on.
I didn't make them
I
come
am.
to visit you. It's just what happened. I just create the world and then shit happens.
Mm-mm.
You'll see in a few minutes how this is not my.
How is it not your fault?
Okay.
I'm not happy with you.
It's our fault for dealing with Lucius, I bet.
Yeah, you were literally
Also,
gone.
I'm gonna petition. If we kill people, we become level 8. It's
that was
time.
that.
I think
That
next
was
time
actually
you
what-
guys next time you guys long rest, you'll level up.
Yes. All we had to do
We
was
would've-
ask, boys.
We would have gotten a level up if I'd won that fucking game.
Oh my god, you would have been level 9.
No, I need that. I lost Arcane Jolt. I know how pissed I am. Pinchy's damage got nerfed. And he didn't do much damage.
All right, so you guys are heading downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Head downstairs and at half my hit points. Let's go.
So I don't redo my spell book, right? Because I didn't
No, 'cause you
fully
didn't long
rest.
rest. No.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't.
And
even
how
take
many balls do you
potions.
have left?
Zippo.
Oh my
Wolf
god,
Wolf is still with me until dawn, though.
that's good.
I guess we could ignore whoever's down there and go back to sleep. Fuck you.
What spells do I have prepared for that? No, I don't have anything that would lock the door for a long period that I prepared for today, fortunately.
All right, let's just go downstairs. Let's see what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as you head down the stairs, you see standing, there's basically there's a large table in the center of the room. And standing on the other side of the table you see 3 figures. The one in the front being like an older, distinguished female dwarf. She's wearing like a sharp, like tailored outfit. And then there are 2 younger dwarves standing behind her. And then you also see 2 dwarves in like some like stealthy black armor that have their back to the main entrance. Glorf and Lucius are both down there, but the rest of the pirates are. And then the older female dwarf addresses you and goes, "My apologies for waking you up, but time is short. Please have a seat."
I yawn and sit.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just want to clarify. Next to her, are there a total of 4 other dwarves? There's 2
5.
next to her, and
There's
There's-
4 other dwarfs. There's 5 dwarfs total.
okay,
There's
okay,
three to her, 2 standing behind her, and then 2 in armor with basically watching the door.
okay.
Do I get a drink out of this at least?
You see Glorf in the back mixing up drinks,
Yes.
and the older female dwarf addresses you, and she goes, "Time is of the essence, so I'm going to cut straight to the chase. My name is Shane Panera, and I've come to you for help. I've heard good words. The people in the city speak of the deeds that you've done, and we are in need of assistance. And my informants tell me that that may be something that is of interest to you as well."
I mean, I don't know if I
I
speak
would-
for everybody, but does this involve getting the dwarves out of this predicament they're in?
You speak of the Brugger.
Do you speak of the Brugger?
I mean, those are your words, not mine. But
There is a meeting that is going to take place tomorrow that would be of incredible interest to you. If you are able to help us with our problem, I will make sure that you have a seat at that meeting.
well, what's the problem and what's the meeting about?
The problem is that 3 days ago, the automatons that the mines beneath us that are owned by the Paneras turned on their controllers, and we have lost contact with them for 3 days. We've sent in expedition parties to try to regain control, and none of them have returned. You can imagine that this is of an incredibly embarrassing nature. If any of the Brugers found out, or any of the other ruling families, or if we were, unable to regain control, that would be the end of the Panera family. There's
My
no way that we
eyes-
would get through this.
My eyes visibly light up at the thought of having to deconstruct automatons.
What? For what reason would you be condemned for using automaton?
Our wealth and our power comes from the work that we do in the mines, and if we can't do that work, then we do not have a place in this society. The family would not survive.
When you say our, you mean the dwarves or the Panera?
No, the Panera family.
Okay.
We believe that a small team would be able to infiltrate, access the primary energy control inside, rescue our trapped employees, and help us, shut down the automatons. Let us go in and basically clean up at that point. We've tried sending in our own crews to no success, but I've heard a lot about you 5. I believe that you're the right people for the job. I mean, it's got to be an outside team. I can't go to the his troops on this one.
Can we
I
talk
would
about
be happy-
compensation?
I'd be happy to do this in the morning. We're very, very tired.
I nudge Ezekiel and go, "We get to kill automatons." Say
I'm going to
yes.
say, not saying we have an artificer among us that would be perfect for this job.
so
I'm not
she,
saying we're going to do it, but where would we need to go if we did?
And she she nods to the one of the young dwarfs standing behind her, who pulls a small wand out and waves it in front of her, and what looks like a 3D rendered image of the floor plan of the mines appears.
Mhm.
So I do not have that, but I will share a crappy paint drawing with you.
I get up and start like walking
Can-
through it,
can-
amazed, like touching it.
Can I have this wand?
All right, let me know if that comes over.
Mhm.
It did.
That's a serious question. Can I have this wand?
No, you can't have it.
Can I borrow
Can't
this
have-
wand?
You can't have any stuff. You have enough stuff. So she addresses you again. The main entrance, which you can see is one, is completely barricaded. We've tried to break in, but that's where the majority of the automatons are. We believe that is where they have captive employees somewhere in the office complex, which you can see on the right-hand side. We believe that we can infiltrate through the rear exit, through the minecart storage, and then you can ride the minecarts into the facility.
This team has no problem entering through the rear.
Several difficulties you're going to face. One, that most of the mine shafts, poisonous gas was released into them, so you'll have to wear these hazmat suits that we've prepared. You will not be able to wear your armor with them, unfortunately. They won't fit.
I'm okay with this.
What about my robe?
So you can wear your robe, yes. Who has medium or heavy armor?
I don't wear armor anyway.
There you go.
Well, shit, I wear. I don't like
Um,
this.
And then the other, she goes, the other being is that we have to ask that you not destroy any of our property. Again, the wealth of the Paneras is in these machines and what they accomplish every day. We do have some material that we believe will be of assistance to you. And she gestures to the side, and one of the dwarves near the door opens it up and pulls an extremely large black case through, and opens it up on the table. And inside, you can see what looks like, it looks basically like if you took like a thick staff and cut it in half, and then put the like trigger mechanism from a crossbow. And then so she pulls one out and she points it at the wall, and she pulls the trigger, and you see a wave of blue like energy come off of it, right? And she looks at you and she goes, "These are the BS-27 automaton controls, but colloquially, the crews call them the boomsticks. We have one for each of you. If you target the processing core with the automatons, you can dismantle these." And she hands out the boomsticks to you guys.
And I raise it in the air and say, "This is my boomstick."
She goes, "Again, time is of the essence, so I would ask that we begin to proceed right now. Like, we have to move now."
I just want to make sure I'm clear. So I'm not allowed to take apart these automatons.
I would ask that you do not take anything apart down there. The other thing that we have for you, there will be, you may need assistance when you're on. So we've asked our best engineer to support you. And she gestures towards the door again. And Arthur walks in and goes,
I can't believe I have to deal with you guys again.
and she goes, "Arthur will be in constant communication with you while you're in the mines." And she hands out, I guess to Urken, she hands him a sending stone that's tied to Arthur's. So Arthur will be able to communicate with you when you're down there. And you'll be able to communicate with him as well.
Perfect.
Are you ready to leave now?
Wait, real quick. Arthur, where are we at with Pinchy?
He's not done, unfortunately. He's still half a part in the shop.
Rip.
I have effectively nerfed all of you.
She. Oh, okay then.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
You
look
can- you
around.
can
Are
always
we
say
all?
no.
Is there any objections? Are we all?
Did we ever find out what compensation was? Did I miss that?
Oh yeah, that was the other question.
So you get a
What-
seat at the meeting.
What
basically.
meeting is this?
There's a meeting of. I don't want to use the word anti-brewer interests, but just concerned citizens will. They meet in secret, and I can get you a seat at the table.
Are you going to be at that table?
I would prefer not to comment.
So, just for mathematical reasons, how am I calculating AC while in these hazmat suits?
So it would just be your 10 plus your dexterity.
Do I get to use a shield with it or no?
Yep, you can use a shield. But if the automaton control wand is a two-handed weapon, so you can have your shield, but then if you want to use the control wand, you have to put it away.
Okay, and the hazmat suit covers the faces, so I can't shove potions and stuff in people's faces, right? That is the theory.
So the caverns are full of poisonous gas. So if you were to take the mask off, you would be subjected to the poison.
Cool.
I just look at him and go,
Just
just get
preparing you
mad,
how
you'll
we're
take
gonna
half
die.
damage.
All right, you guys ready to rock?
Let's go.
Yeah.
This is my boomstick.
All right, so you guys, strip off your armor. I assume there, and stow it in your room.
I take nothing off.
You are also wearing nothing.
Yes, you have nothing to take off. You put on your hazmat suits, which are fairly form-fitting, surprisingly. So you don't think they'll impede your movement at all. And then you each grab one of the boomsticks. So the boomstick is a single target weapon that has like a 15-foot range. So basically, it's basically like a one-hit kill, right? So if you hit any of the automatons in their control center, they will turn off. Which, from a gameplay standpoint, would just be if you hit them.
So how are we calculating hit?
So this is plus dexterity.
Hell yeah! Let me just solo this dungeon.
So,
That's gonna be-
secondly, is there a grapple option against the automatons if I'm wicked strong?
If I'm wicked strong.
Yeah, as long as you don't break them.
Or a grappling hook
or you
option.
can break them. For all you guys can just walk in and start smashing it.
Yeah, that seems like a bad
I
idea.
mean,
Oh,
yeah.
wait.
Doesn't for me. I'll smash.
Can I ask Arthur if there is a way to, I guess, quickly, temporarily shut them down if the boomstick, for whatever reason, does not work?
Unfortunately, the master control process is inside the caverns, so you can shut them down when you get inside, but we have no way of doing it from the outside.
No, I mean on on one of the automatons themselves. Like if I were to get like up close to them, is there a way that I could do it
if-
without destroying
Yeah,
them?
all you would have to do is pull out the central core, and they would shut down. You can do it without damaging them.
Could you explain to me how one would do that?
Sure, he will. He explains to you how to do that.
Perfect.
Basically, just jam a flathead screwdriver and then pop it out like a battery.
Nice.
Can we talk about this poisonous gas? What kind of poison is it? Is it an inhaled toxin or is it a contact poison?
It's
We'll say it's him.
It's an inhaled toxin, so you should be fine as long as you don't take your mask off, or if you do, just hold your breath.
And we are calculating breath holding by Constitution modifier for minutes, right?
Sure, don't take your fucking mask off.
Well, no, because this presents an interesting thing where how many good berries can someone chew without breathing? If you can hold your breath for 2 minutes, could you ostensibly eat like like tortilla chip style, like
Yeah,
8
you
or
probably
9 of them.
could probably eat a
Throw your
lot.
mask back on, inhale, and then repeat.
So the only thing is that as soon as you take your mask off, like it'd be very hard to seal it back up, right? Because the poisonous gas would be inside it. Right? Think
Is the
about
gas combustible?
no.
Thank God.
Can we put the good berries in our mouths but not chew until we
Yeah,
need
Like
to?
a
just put 'em in
cyanide
your
capsule.
cheeks.
I
Or
have
store
an
in my
idea.
tooth.
I have 40 of them. I'm going to give, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody gets 8 good berries just swishing around their helmets. Eat them if you feel bad.
I'm just just trying to picture just like imagine someone with like a fish bowl over their head, but you can't use your hands to put the food in your mouth. Like you have to just
It's like the most hardcore form of bobbing for apples.
yeah, you gotta just like throw your head around to try to like pop the berries up in the air.
I seem to recall this from the Jetsons as a child. I'm gonna go with precedents indicating
Listen,
that this works.
if you guys get hungry enough, you'll figure it out.
Great.
Goes the other important thing to note is that you only have enough air in your suits for 1 hour. So you will have to get to the central energy console, shut it down, rescue the civilians, and extricate the mine within 1 hour.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Ain't no thing but a
So
chicken wing.
if they're trapped already, we should just rest until I get my spell slots back, and then I could just blow the poison gas away.
We cannot wait. Unfortunately, the reason we approached you tonight is a representative from the Breakers is arriving tomorrow morning to do an inspection of the mine. It has to be now.
I pout and then put my helmet bowl on.
Well, I guess let's go.
All right, so
Yeah.
they lead you down basically like through the center of town, towards an area that you have not been before. And can everyone roll me a perception?
Yes, but then I'll have to kill you.
Does my wolf get a perception roll or not?
This would be seeing, smelling, or hearing.
So with advantage is what you're telling me.
Ooh.
Oh
got
my
f-
god, even with advantage, a 2 and a 3. Are you kidding?
Wolf
got a
gets
4.
17 and I get a 12.
I'm not sure if you'll realize when I say what it is, but so what was the highest not wolf roll? Ezekiel?
Was it really? Yeah, I guess it
Yep.
was.
Yeah, 17. So Ezekiel, you notice as you guys are hurriedly walking through the center square, you see Mool off to the side, and he looks around anxiously, and then he like kind of passes into like an alleyway between 2 buildings. And you can choose to do something or nothing with that information. They're going the opposite direction.
I mean, I serious. Now I'm coughing. I feel
Sorry.
like because of our previous conversation, he's supposed to be like, good with automaton and stuff, wasn't he? Didn't he like
Did
create
a really good speed there.
He what?
I think he's a good blacksmith.
I don't know. I'm going to bring it up to whoever's like standing with me and ask like, did you guys see that?
I saw literally nothing.
Well, I'm gonna explain like what happened.
Oh.
Should
We should follow him.
Muppet guy? Yeah.
I'm gonna
Do we have
just say
time?
to the our escorts, like we need just 2 minutes to follow up on this.
Means we only have 58 minutes to stop.
Nah, it doesn't
Boys.
start until you guys get there. You guys burn 45 minutes on a movie. So you guys follow Mool down the alley, and you see what looks like, there's like an abandoned building back there. But you can hear the sound of a hammer ringing from inside.
Ooh.
I use the staff's free cast to cast Pass Without Trace on us. We all gain +10 to stealth.
Okay.
Guess
Can
we're
I
sneaky.
tell by the type? Can I tell by the hammering what type of hammer it is?
Sure, you can roll.
I'm rolling with my Smith's proficiency, but I'm just gonna do perception. Let's go. Yeah.
So you recognize that it's a pound bronze hammer. Typically used for like fine artisan work. So not something that you would typically find for like weapon creation or armor creation or anything like that. Like this is for like detail work.
I'm really excited. I'm not gonna lie.
I forge
right.
ahead and go see what's up.
All right, so you burst through the door.
Yes.
Stealthily? We
No.
stealthily burst through the door?
Nope.
So inside, you see that Mool has his back to you, and he's working over a fire, and he looks like he's, basically hammering flat like a piece of like bronze that he is shaping into a flower.
Oh, pretty.
Is he by himself in here?
Yep.
Hey, Muppet guy, what you making?
He turns around with a start, and looks like he wants to run.
Well, you can't. We're filling up the doorway.
He goes, "Don't yell at Mool. Sorry."
Don't be sorry. Nobody's yelling. What you making?
And he goes, he holds it up and he goes, "Flower." And you can see that it's like very finely crafted, right? Like it would have been the match of any of the artisan stalls that you saw today.
Nice looking flower, Mool.
He looks super happy. He goes, "Thank you."
What else you make?
Hmm?
What else do you make?
Lay down. Sorry, hold on a second.
Nope.
You can lay in here. Mool looks super happy and he goes, "I can make anything."
Hmm.
Can you upgrade
make-
this to a +1?
Can you?
+2.
Make +2.
Go big.
We need a +2. We're about to level here.
So it's the sword with the crossbow. Chris?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Sorry,
you guys
I
have
mute-
a bunch. You guys have a bunch of swords.
I
so
apologize.
know
I muted.
You have
And...
like 20-foot sword and like 17 great sword.
No, we only have one great sword. We have a giant sword, and we have sword with crossbow. I
That's
don't
true,
know where I
'cause
got it.
You melted the other ones.
the sword with the crossbow is a great sword.
Yes. So he looks at it. He puts it near his fire and he's looking at it carefully and he just nods his head.
How long?
2 days.
I give him my 2 gold.
Mool like to work.
You'll be paid for your work.
I just give him the 2 gold that I have.
He
Just give
he
it to
looks
him.
at you. He looks at you quizzically.
See, this is how trade is done. You need to be paid for your work and your services.
He just smiles at you again, but it's obvious that he doesn't.
Do you like mushrooms?
He nods.
We still have that mushroom gift basket.
Ooh, there
We
you
don't
go.
need to do anything with it at this point. I'm just saying.
Give it to him.
Yeah, I want to give the little
Balances
dude
must be paid.
Yes. We're gonna give him the mushroom gift basket.
And he looks at it questioningly. He goes, "For Mool?"
For Mool.
And he like tears into it and starts stuffing mushrooms in his mouth. And you can see like a tiny tear come down his cheek.
The feels.
Oh my god.
All right. Let's leave him the sword and continue on. That was our.
All right, so you see him. I mean, he's enjoying his mushroom feast, but he will work on the sword after.
Whatever he wants, man.
We come back later just in jail from like mushroom craze madness.
It's all right. We're good at busting people out. Where's Jimmy?
That's a great question. Where is
Has,
Jimmy? Is he
has
with you
Jimmy
guys?
been with us the whole time?
Yeah, he's walking in the back. Yeah, he's with you
Nice.
guys.
He's the perfect follower.
He doesn't have anywhere else to go. You
Did they
ruined
give
his
Jimmy?
life. You
Is
ruined
there
his
a
life.
hazmat suit for Jimmy?
There is not a hazmat suit for Jimmy, unfortunately.
Should we
Nor a
leave Jimmy with the
stick.
sword and mule?
Jimmy can learn how to smith.
Yes.
If that's what you want, mate, I can.
Yeah, but what do you want, Jimmy?
He looks at Norris and he goes, "I really want to learn how to use a sword. You know, I'm not great at it, but I wanna practice, mate. I wanna practice."
I hit him with the boomstick like a sword. And
Then I think Norris here can teach you.
yes.
He's a great
Wanna-
teacher.
First, you need to learn the blade. So watch Mool make the blade.
You're the teacher,
Damn right I am.
and he sits in the
And-
corner.
Well, when you get bored, push-ups and sit-ups.
All right, so you're gonna
Gonna
leave Jimmy
be
with
the most
Mool.
buff fucking dwarf in the back.
You guys are gonna forget about him for fucking 27 sessions. He's gonna come back and just be a giant.
Fucking Gendry over here.
Yeah. All right. Let's just leave Jimmy
Alright.
because he's gonna die. So
Yeah, we don't want him to die to the poison. That's just rude.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna come in. Don't worry. All right, so you guys go back to the main square and catch back up with the Paneras.
Hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
I asked for a bacon turkey bravo.
All right, so they begin leading you there, and like I said, you pass through a couple corridors that you've not been through previously, and you come up to a like a large, a couple large steel doors that you pass through, and you meet up with a very rough-looking dwarf on the shorter but wider side, and he's got a cigar hanging out of his and he's dressed in that same like stealth black armor, and he's got a boomstick strapped to his back, and he
Is
goes,
this Tychus?
"Are these them?"
I look at him and go, "Is
Shane.
this it?"
Shane nods. He goes, "You boys know which end of the boomstick to point at the robots?
Bend over, I'll show you.
It'll have to do." He starts leading you down the hallway, and you can see at the very end a hugely reinforced steel door. It's got a huge latch that goes across the outside, holding it. And from the inside, you hear the sounds of like clanking and whirring. And outside the door are 4 more of those dwarfs in the black armor with the boomsticks. And he goes, "Inside this first room, it's the minecart storage. We'll cover you. Just whatever happens, just get in the carts and go. We'll hold the rear door for you." And he looks over at his men, and he nods at them, and they nod back. And then Arthur comes up to you and goes,
The mine carts are tied into the automaton master control. So when you get in there, you're gonna have to disable the safeties. I can walk you through it. Just call me on the sending stone when you're inside, and I'll walk you through it.
Perfect.
"All right," and they're looking at you,
I'm ready.
waiting for the go.
You guys ready?
Let's
Sure.
do it.
I nod vigorously.
All right. I try to tear the door off its hinges.
So they gesture you back, and the captain looks at Arthur and goes, "You're gonna work the door. If they come to the door, close it and lock it. I've seen these things tear through tons of rock. I don't want to think what they can do to a civilian population. Whatever happens, you close the door." And Arthur looks like he wants to shit his pants.
So we're not allowed to destroy them, but they can destroy us.
I mean, they're out of the control of the Panaris, so
Doesn't mean they'll destroy us.
no.
Just
I
means
mean,
they
I guess
can't.
you'll find out. No
Much
one
like
said it was-
zombies, we just have to cover ourselves with bolts and gears.
All you do is just do the robot dance. All right, so the four dwarfs take up a pattern around the doorway, and one of them is standing by the bolt, and he holds up 3 fingers, and then he holds up 2 fingers, and he holds up 1 finger, and then he slides the bolt back and rips the door open. And right in the doorway, you see your first mining automaton. It's about 7 feet tall, and you see steam pouring off the back of it. And in its hands are 2 enormous pickaxes, basically.
Nice.
But it immediately goes down in a heap as the 3 dwarves standing in the doorway start firing their boomsticks at it. And then they stream into the room, and all you can see from inside is blue light going off. And the captain goes, "Go!" What'd
I
you
go.
do? All right, so you guys stream through the door after them. They've basically set up around the exterior of the doorway, or honestly, on the interior of the doorway, in the minecart storage room on your map. And in front of you, you can see a collection of minecarts that are, basically either some are waiting for repair and some are on tracks and rails ready to go. And the captain gestures towards the one in the center, and you see 5 minecarts attached together with a control panel to the side of it. But you can see Nors that the cart in the front is been knocked over, so it's laying on its side.
I yell,
and
"Cover me!"
Everyone can roll initiative.
Oh,
Is my initiative. Man, I had a burst of confidence playing cards, and ever since I just can't roll for shit.
it'll come back.
All right, hold on. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Mhm.
All right, Ezekiel.
What already?
No, just what did you get?
Oh, 12. I rolled in there. Did you
All
not
right,
say?
Burkhan.
Oh,
I got a
It's just-
7.
It's on 2 different screens, so it's just easier. Nofstrid,
13.
Norse,
22.
Kick Puncher,
9.
9.
9.
9. Boy.
All right, Norse, you're up. So you have basically maybe a dozen of those mining automatons coming at the party from every angle. The closest one being probably 15 feet away. You have the minecart track in front of you. You have the control panel to the side. The dwarves, your team of dwarves, are basically strung out in like a half circle around you. And then Arthur is standing in the doorway. What do you do?
Do I go flip over a minecart or take a shot? Anybody want to have a suggestion here? How
What
many
does it
automatons?
feel like the right thing to do for you?
There's about a dozen, and they're coming from basically everywhere but behind you.
I
how
will
far
say
away is
flip the cart.
Yeah, how far away is the minecart?
You can get there within your movement.
All right, let's get there and try to flip a minecart.
All right, give me a strength check.
Strength check. Hold on.
Would you say this is a test of athleticism?
I would. You can use athletics.
Really doesn't matter.
Oh, you're not proficient in athletics?
I'm proficient in strength and athletics. Yes.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
you-
you're a barbarian. How the fuck is that possible?
So either way, it's a +7 for me. So it really doesn't matter.
Your strength is +7?
No,
For
fuck you. You're
oh,
wrong.
Yeah, that's not right.
Oh, that's my saving throw.
Saving.
That's my
Okay,
saving
that
throw.
makes sense.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
your
it's a lot.
abilities are your abilities are always higher than your base.
Let's use athletics.
Okay.
then, 'cause
I'm like, what the fuck?
There's an error with your formula. Please roll again. Fuck.
He's a barbarian.
He should be strong.
What the hell? It's
Maybe
not
log
letting
out.
me roll.
Maybe log out of Roll20 and log back in.
Hold on 1 second. $15.
All right, so you tip that cart, you throw your shoulder into it, and you pop it right back onto the track.
Nice.
Do-do-do-do. All right, the enemy's turn. So the one that was closest runs up and takes a swing at Ezekiel.
Yeah.
I'm assuming 4 does not hit.
No, I don't think it does.
Can you please check?
The best is he's echoing in my headset, so. Ooh, nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Wait, who's echoing me?
What? No. Seth was for
Oh.
a second.
All right, so the rest of the enemies start to move closer to you. So I'd say they're all, and we will to Nostrid.
I will zap the one that that just attacked Ezekiel.
Okay.
So it's just D20 plus Dex,
Yeah,
right?
it's a ranged attack. Yeah. Are you proficient in any ranged weapon whatsoever?
Simple weapons?
This I wouldn't say it's simple.
Crossbow.
so.
Crossbow.
Crossbows are simple weapons.
All
It's
right,
fine.
I'll let you
14.
well, I just want to make sure because it's something we'll need to know. So say if you're proficient in crossbows, then you can be proficient in this as well.
All right, then 16.
All right, so you fire a shot from your stick that hits the automaton center mass, and the lights go out in its eyes and in its chest, and then it collapses into a heap. And you know, cock the gun to reload it. the wand.
I wiggle the boomstick at it. Say, hey guys, I got one.
All right, are you gonna move or are you just gonna shoot?
I'm gonna move towards the second cart in the pile.
You can get into it if you want.
I
with your
will
movement.
get next to the cart. I will
Okay.
not jump in yet.
Okay, so you are next to it. We'll move to Ezekiel.
All right. So would you say proficiency in short bows or
Yeah, yeah.
light crossbow rather?
anything, yeah, anything bow related, I'll give you proficiency in.
Okay. So we'll just aim at the one that's closest to us.
Okay.
And try to take a shot at it. So just plus proficiency.
Plus Dex.
Plus Dex.
So just plus proficiency.
Yep.
Oh no, I have
I'm
one.
not
with
hear you
Dex.
'cause you're echoing.
That's okay.
Nice shot.
All right. Same thing. You rifle off a shot and hit its center mass, and it goes down.
All right.
And there's 10 automatons left.
I'm gonna do the same thing and run over to the minecart, and I will opt to jump in.
Okay. Which one are you jumping in? There's
Whichever-
basically five in a row.
Yeah, I mean whichever one I can get into closest that is open.
All right. So we'll say you're in the third one. All right. Riken. Nope. Kick puncher.
Baby.
Oh, hey, babe.
Are Are there any that are like near the control panel?
There's one that's standing right next to the control.
I'm
Cough
gonna shoot at that dude then.
Fucking shoot it.
Hell yeah.
Wow. It's kind of like leaping forward as to attack, and you hit it right in mid jump.
Oh my god, it was like picture perfect. It's gonna
Like,
actually
it
be
was
in the
like-
highlight reel.
Yeah, it was like a 360 no scope. It was fucking.
Jeez.
All right,
Was
where
that
are you going?
360 or 720?
Do I get my do I get a second attack action or not?
So now it's just gonna be one.
Okay. All right, then I guess I'll just get in the
Actually, you
cart
know
with
what?
everyone.
I was gonna say, don't I
You
get
have you
like
have extra attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you can't attack with a bonus action like you can normally, but you do extra attack.
Oh yeah, so you're saying like no like monk stuff. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Well, not no monk. I mean, it depends what it is, but yeah, like things like stunning strike and things like that aren't gonna work because you're not using a monk weapon. But you still get, you can still do extra attack.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I'll run and jump in the cart and then I guess take a shot at whoever's closest.
So I'm gonna say you're in the fourth cart.
11.
That misses. You try to, shoot while jumping into the cart, and it goes right over automaton's head.
Oops.
Uh,
Oopsie.
All right, Urken.
All right, so I'm going to run towards the control panel.
Okay.
And I mean, is Arthur close enough that I can shout to him, or do I need to go through the sending stone for him to explain to me what I need
There's
to
a
do?
lot going on. So I mean, if you have the standing stone on you,
Yeah, so sending stone it is. I'm gonna ask him what do I need to do to operate this control panel.
So we need to bypass the safety to remove it from the master control. So you need to open up the bottom panel, and you need to disconnect the red wire.
Okay, so I open up the bottom panel. I pull out my Tinker's tools, and I cut it.
all right.
The
You have to
red
roll.
wire.
There's a bunch of red wires, so
Oh my
see if
god.
you can roll and pick the right one.
Are you colorblind?
Is there one that is more red than the others?
There's a red and white one, and then there's a white and red one.
All right. M as in Mancy. All right. So would you call this like what kind of check would you want me to roll for this?
Let's see here.
Because I'm thinking of investigation. That's solely for self.
Why don't you just do intelligence plus proficiency? It's not really investigation.
Is that with using Tinker's tools?
What was that?
Is that with
Yeah, so
using
you get
Tinker's
double
tools?
proficiency. Yes.
Baby girl. Make sure that's right.
Did they mention if we have a number of ammo in these boomsticks?
They did not, and you did not ask.
nice.
Yay!
I assume it's infinite.
So, with a 25, you actually see a better way to do what Arthur was trying to explain for you to do. So you
Hey!
do it your way instead.
Eat shit, Arthur.
So
Alright,
while
so
I'm doing it, I'm going to make sure that I explain to him what I'm doing,
And why it's better.
why it's
Alright,
better.
What did you do, and why is it better?
All right. So instead of completely disconnecting the wire, because why would I disconnect an entire wire so they have to redo it? I just figured out a way to reroute the power so it didn't go through that wire, and also help to make the minecarts go a little bit faster and more stable.
Nice.
Sweet.
He just gives you like a shitty look from the doorway. All right, so you've now removed the mine carts are gonna operate manually with control levers inside the carts. So, and you basically removed it from the master control.
All right.
How many people can ride in each cart? How big are they?
So, up to 2 people can be in each cart.
Okay.
It's a very tight squeeze with 2 people, though.
Okay.
Do I have enough time to also go into a minecart, or am I stuck
Yeah.
here until?
Nope,
Okay,
you
cool.
can get there. Yeah. It's not
You-
an incredibly large room.
All right. So then I'm gonna, at that point, dive to the minecart.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you in the back one.
Whichever one is closest to the control panel, I guess.
Okay. sorry. Give me 1 second. Test something here.
Goodbye.
Uh-oh.
That
Hello,
was
Luz.
right.
Oh well.
Hey, bombing. Bad.
The automatons have hacked God.
Oh no.
No. You really pissed off Arthur. Fuck. Fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
Somebody just shit themselves.
Man, why'd you
No.
call me out like that?
Oh, did we actually lose Will?
Holy shit, wait, did I lose something for my attack rolls? Hold on. No fucking way. I'm about to be pissed.
Nobody has to know but you.
I know, but I want it to be legit. I might actually. Oh no.
Can you guys hear me?
Uh-oh.
Now we
Oh, I
can.
can hear you now.
Sorry about that. Discord.
We've got quiet Will again.
Really?
Oh wait,
Oh, that's
maybe
fine.
not.
That's there
Got
you go.
better. Tell me they're the same. None of us
Okay.
are the same.
Norse.
Jump into that first cart, and if there's a guy close enough, I'd like to take a shot.
Go for it.
Yep.
Nice.
I'd like to take my extra attack. And I crit.
Oh, shit. That was a 720 no scope. Like, you guys are fucking silly. It's he like vaults over the edge of the minecart while shooting someone in the face. So. All right. So it is now the enemy's turn. There's about half a dozen automatons left of the mining automatons. See that the dwarves are kind of mopping them up. And then you hear a voice come over the. See loudspeakers kind of stretch through the room up above. You hear a voice say, "Silly meatbag tactics." And then an enormous automaton falls from up in the ceiling. You hear the sound of more mining automatons rushing from in front of you, basically. The large automaton raises their arms, and you can see each arm has what looks like a flamethrower at the end. And it levels both at you guys. Fires. I need double dexterity saving throws.
From who?
Double?
All right, so I have advantage on
It's
dex
two, it's
save.
two attacks. Using
So
the
if I'm
flamethrower.
like next to the cart, do I get any kind of partial cover?
So I'll say if you're inside the cart, you can have partial cover.
God damn it. Okay. You're
How does
welcome,
that
guys.
work? Wait, how does partial
You get
cover work? Or...
advantage on your dexterity save.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking for a DC 15.
And
You wanna
this
just-
is
you wanna
all
just-
of us.
Everyone, yep.
You want to just
Um,
call each person for a roll? Because otherwise,
Yeah,
it's
why
gonna
don't we
get
do?
insane.
I'm already going.
Kick puncher first. All right.
So there's a first one. There's a second one.
All right. So kick puncher succeeded. Why don't we do? We'll go in order. Erkin.
Just gonna roll against him in a cart. Let's go, please, dear lord. Fuck you, dice.
So you got hit once. The other one.
Alright, that'll work.
Okay. So you got hit once. All right, and then Ezekiel.
So I need to roll 3 because I'm in a cart.
What was that?
Do I need to roll 3 because I'm in a cart?
No, so you get to roll 2 dex saving throws, both, so you get advantage on both of them
Yeah.
for being in the cart.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Second one. Oop, Ezekiel's gonna get hit once. Nostrad.
Awesome.
Alright, Nostrad. Second one. Oh, never mind. You don't
I
get.
rolled an 11 and
that's right.
rolled a
Yeah,
2
that's
because I
right, you
don't
don't
have
get it.
advantage.
Yeah, Norris.
All right. What the hell? 20 plus 3. Good enough?
That's your first one. You do your second
I-
one.
Do I need to do? I need to do 4 rolls
Yeah,
total.
it's because you did advantage, so
Okay.
take it.
Sweet.
So one more.
That's resounding.
Can
That's
I have your dice?
Sure.
All right, so everyone who got hit by 1 is gonna take 33 damage.
Yikes.
Yay is also gonna take 27 more.
Wait, so how much damage am I taking total? 60?
60. Yeah.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm down.
The
I'm
smelter bot. You hear an echoing robotic roar.
Hey, just eat a good berry. They're in your helmet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, as he
Savage.
goes to the ground, right, he swallows a good berry. That's how that works.
All right, so we are now to all right, and then all of the automatons in the room start rushing the doorway at once. You see Arthur kind of take a step back, and the captain goes, "Close the door, you idiot!" You hear the sound of Arthur slamming the door shut and the lock sliding. And
Oh,
now
boys,
we're
we
to
did.
Nostrid. Death saving roll, my friend.
You suck.
Fail.
One in the pipe. Nope, Ezekiel. All right, so you 4 are in a cart. You have the smelter bot right behind you.
Mhm.
You have a passed out Nostrid.
So what do we need to do to get the cart started? I can't remember what you said.
Each
I have.
there's each cart basically has a control panel, but they're linked together at the moment. So if anyone basically push the control panel forward, the carts will start to move.
But we have to do something with Nostrid, or just leave him there.
We can just heal him while we're going in the carts. I'm sure it won't be horrible like what Donkey Kong Country.
Wait, Nor's already
We-
went.
He's already down.
Hey, Norris was first.
Yeah, he failed both of his saves.
Nostrid's down.
Nostrid.
Nor's.
Oh,
I thought
not
Nor's
yeah, no, no.
Yeah, is it Nor's turn?
No, I.
No, it's Nostrid's turn.
Ezekiel's.
Oh, sorry, Ezekiel's turn. Yeah.
I mean, he said he was standing right next to a minecart. Can I
Yep.
jump out and try to pull him into one of the minecarts right next to where he's standing? And jump into that
he's-
minecart with him?
Pretty heavy though. How much do you weigh?
Oh yeah, he's
Wait, I don't have my chainmail on, right? So
No.
like probably like
Takes a lot.
150 pounds.
450 pounds.
Oh, that's it. I thought you weighed more than that.
I mean, he's a stout. He's
Yeah,
really
you
short,
can.
isn't he?
You can definitely. I mean, give me a athletics check, but I mean, you can.
I mean,
definitely-
that's not going to be much, but
It's like dead weight, but
oh, it's gonna be rough. I'm trying though.
Jesus.
You just like blow your like back out trying to.
so you He spends a few awkward moments trying to figure out like the best way to pick up your corpse, and like he tries to like basket carry you, and then he just falls backwards. So, uh, Ezekiel, I'm gonna say that you're probably just lying next to him at this point.
Fuck.
You're fine. So if you want to move again, you can.
I'm gonna jump back in the cart and be like,
All right. Kick
Offstred,
puncher.
maybe you want to handle this.
Yeah, I mean, I only weigh fucking 110 pounds, so
I mean, you can still do the same. You can do a strength check.
I don't want to. My strength is an 8, so.
All right.
Can I?
It's okay. We got this.
Oh wait, never mind. I lied. It's dndguide.com says it's between 240 and 300 pounds before armor.
And you're a big boy, right? Like you got that. Troll
Alright, well,
mace,
I'm pretty
giant
sure.
mass.
I'm pretty sure I have some potions. Let me just double check.
So if I'm like
No,
No,
you
you
basically
can't
can't
give him.
drink the potion.
You can't give him
No,
the
so
potion.
you
he's gonna
guys
take his
are
helmet off.
not. Yep, you guys are not in the mine shaft yet. Hold on, you guys are not in the mine shaft. There's no poison in the room.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
The dwarves came in and they didn't have helmets on. It's
Yeah, I'm
The
pretty
actual
sure you said right
shaft.
before you went down that you
Gotcha.
transformed into a cat, right?
Yeah.
You said that? I think you did.
Well, if I can actually give him a potion, I will give him a potion.
Okay.
let's do that.
It's just a
And he can have
regular.
all of the good berries.
Are there like any, since he has a helmet on, like, is it easy just to like are we
Yeah,
to
it's,
like
it's,
flip
it's
open?
easy. You slam the face mask up and then jam the potion down. It's like
Okay.
pour it all over the face.
So you have 8 HP now.
Yeah.
Get in the fucking cart.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still
Not
in the
It's not gonna be his
cart.
turn. The enemy's gonna go again before him.
Jesus.
No,
Um,
no. I get a turn.
Yeah,
We
I'm just
got
saying
this.
before an Offstrid.
So
no. We got
what
this.
about like I just to metagame a little bit here, but like if I'm basically inanimate for all functions and purposes, wouldn't it just be using the base strength for push weight instead of like carry?
He has to
or-
literally pick you
No,
up to put
yeah,
you
he's gonna,
into
like,
a
pick
cart.
you up. I mean, it's a feat of strength to pick you up and put you in the cart.
So
Yeah.
what
It's
are we
not
saying?
just-
I
it's
weigh
not
like
just-
270 pounds,
I'll give you the low side. I'll say you weigh 200 pounds or whatever the bottom of whatever you
240.
240. But I'm gonna remember that. Next time you say that you're super jacked, you should be able to pick up a fucking BW or whatever. Like,
do I still have an extra attack,
yes.
or does that? Okay.
No, that's only if you take the attack action.
Okay. Well, then I guess.
You're done.
I mean, I'll just get back in the cart.
All right.
Yeah. And duck.
All right, Urken.
All right. I'm going to run out of the cart and try to assist Ye by shoving him into the other cart with me. So I feel like because he is not dead, it should be easier to do.
So if you want to spend your turn aiding him on his turn, but again, he can just step in. Like, there's not. If you want to get him in the cart, I'll make the DC lower, but you still have to like get him. Like, you still have to
That's
like
fine.
pick him up and move him, basically. So
That's
it's
fine.
not his turn.
That's fine. I understand. As long I feel like just because I don't know, he could like actually try a little bit, right? Like we should be
Huh.
fine.
Yep. All
Let's
right,
do
I'll
it.
give it a low DC.
Also, he's jacked as shit. I
Athletics.
don't know if you're reading
Jacked as
this.
shit. Yes, 420 pounds.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
Fucking
I gave you a
dice.
10 DC. All right, but it's okay because Norz is up.
I don't know even know if
Urken,
it's
I
worth
assume you
it.
jump back in a cart.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the cart.
Is there a switch that I would hit and the carts would just roll away and leave Novgorod there?
Yes. There's a big fucking handle.
I pull the handle.
You're leaving him?
No. Can I hit the flame bot with my boomstick?
Yep. So when you turn around and look at the smelter bot, you see that it actually has 3 control crystals in the center of its
Oh.
chest.
Nice.
I mean, it's huge. It's a
Yeah, no, I get you.
like
I get
15
you.
feet tall. Yeah.
All right. First attack. That hit.
That hits. Yeah.
Second attack. Does that hit?
Also hits. Yeah.
Fucking crit. Does that get the extra crystal?
You know what? Yes, yes, it does.
Hell
Right?
yeah.
Nice.
You'd roll double damage. So
Yep.
the smelter bot's eyes go out and its flames go out, and it collapses to the ground.
There you guys go. All right. Somebody get that asshole in the cart.
goat
Someone
himself.
someone hit the button to start the cart.
All right. It is the enemy's turn, but all of them were at the doorway. They had left the smelter bot, so we'll say it's Nopster.
So I use half my movement speed to get up, and then I mosey into the cart, and then I just start pounding down my good berry.
All right. How many can you? Is there a limit to how many you can eat at once, or can you just eat? Can you only eat one?
I think
You've
it's
got
it's
8.
one, but I figured I have 8 total, so I'm just gonna keep eating them because I assume we're about to leave. So every 6 seconds I eat a berry.
So you can eat one. So still in initiative order. All right. Are you launching the cart?
Is everyone in the cart?
Yep.
Yes.
Everyone is in.
Then I slam the button. And then
you
after
guys-
we're out of initiative order, I'm gonna start eating berries until we get close to the gas station.
All right. So you guys spring forward. The cart is going probably faster than it normally would, thanks to Urken's finagling of the control panel.
Yeah.
And you see that behind you, the automatons have converged on basically the last remaining dwarf, which is the captain. And the last thing you see is him with a boomstick in each hand, lighting up automatons, and then you go over a big drop. You start to head, I would say, almost straight down. So this is definitely a wild ride.
I put my arms out.
And you see as you drop down, you hit a point where the air definitely turns hazy, and you know that you are in a poison gas area.
Ah, shit.
And you proceed that way for a few minutes. It kind of winds through the tunnels, and eventually you pull into what you know to be the finished material storage, and then order processing. So you basically pull to a stop inside this room, and you are at the end of your track, right? Because you have to remember, you guys are going through this process in reverse. So you were on a minecart where finished goods would be loaded to be brought to the exit. So in this room, you can see basically stacks of steel and iron and copper and basically finished ingots and various things like that, awaiting basically orders for the Panarias to pack up.
Is
How
there
much
any
will-
precious metals?
There is no precious metals. There's just industrial metals.
I slam my helmet on.
You guys love copper bars. They are here. But no, there's no stacks of gold bars or anything like that.
Presumably, we were in the train for more than 40 seconds
You can
before
how
they
about this?
drop into
You
the
can
gassy
eat
land.
as many good berries as you would have wanted. It's fine.
I slam my helmet on. I wonder how much a bag of holding would hold parts to make a goose. Just walk away.
I mean, there's a lot of material here. You can see that there are automatons in this area, but they are not paying you any mines. They
Oh, nice.
look like order processing automatons. They're basically just going about their business. They are still basically grabbing material, shuffling away with it. So if you'd like to load a bag, it's available. Though I think all your bags of holding are full, by the way, of mushrooms.
No. Regular bags, not bags of holding. If they were bags of
Okay.
holding, I would have a lot more than 40 mushrooms.
Okay. So you
One,
have
one
bags
of those bags is only half full because we gave away half of them.
That's true. No, my bag of
So you
holding
have
has the
half a
giant
regular
sword
bag.
in it. Though. Oh no! Wait, the giant sword is 15 pounds.
No,
that right?
it's very heavy.
Yeah, that's
Like-
that's what I have on my notes. So
Yeah,
that's why
it's
I was like, that can't be right.
I think
Didn't
it's
we leave that
150
for sale?
Oh, 150.
No,
So-
you got it after you left Lockport.
Yeah, we killed the big demon thing.
Oh,
Grave Titan.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
So
thinking
what kind of ingots are we looking at here?
So there's steel, iron, copper, I don't know, other stuff from Minecraft.
Okay, so seeing as how I'm basically not, I still have all my knapsacks and not wearing my chainmail, how much how many ingots is equivalent to the 75 pounds of chainmail that I'm not wearing?
So you can probably grab, say they're like 10 pounds a piece. Probably grab 7 of them.
And if they're in pouches around my body, can they be stuffed in there to be some kind of improvised slat armor?
No, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Nice try.
You try to build a wall out of it, I guess. I feel like it'd be more of an encumbrance than anything else.
All right, you said they're 5 pounds each. Is that what you said?
10 pounds each.
10 pounds each.
7 steel ingots. Awesome. Thanks.
All right, so I have 270 pounds in my bag of holding, which holds 500. So I'm gonna take what's that? 23, 33.
All right, and while they're figuring this out, can everyone roll me a perception check?
My favorite thing to do.
Oh
I would say mine would be a disadvantage, but I'm just gonna do a regular one since I'm in the middle of stuffing my pockets. Yay!
My
All
God.
right, so
When I'm doing something with ingots.
so basically everyone but Kick Puncher
God damn it.
notices that on the schematic that you saw, basically this room would move to the processing rooms. However, it looks like a new passageway was opened up off to the right hand side, and you can see that that's where most of the automatons are walking with the metal that they have. Seem to have made some kind of like makeshift passage.
Hey, we should go
And
over
then
there.
also from this room, there is another set of 5 minecarts that leads further along the main passage.
I just want to say my math is wrong. It's 23, not 30.
So do we want to explore?
I'm
or...
gonna say that about 5 minutes have passed.
Oh yeah, remember we got a time limit here.
I still say we should go explore. We might be able to find some way to vent the shaft.
Sure. I guess I'll lead the way.
I'm gonna ask if you have a specific time frame that you're looking at as far as
We wish to
you
spend.
basically have a long passage in front of you.
Wait. The long passage. So you said there's 3 other areas. Which direction is this passage facing?
So this passage, so you've been heading north this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So this passage is heading east, basically the new one, and then there's another passage leading north that you would take a minecart to follow. And you know that leads to the metal processing areas, onto storage,
Extract,
and eventually,
metallurgy.
yeah.
So
where you need to be.
Going north would take us to the pyrometallurgy, the extract and the hydro.
Yeah,
And then
one of
going
those 3
east
rooms.
goes to the. Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and then so going east is not on the map that you have because it's a brand new passage. You're not sure.
All right. Perfect. I mean, I'm fine to check this new passage.
All right. Let's give it a look-see.
All right, so you start walking east for about 10 minutes, and then you can see that the passage starts to go north, and you believe that this would eventually take you to probably the equipment room, like your final destination. But because the fact that there's no minecart, it would probably take more than an hour to walk there at the current pace that you're going. But you can see that the packing robots are taking all of the finished material goods, and basically they're bringing them back along this path up to the automation, creation, and storage room.
Should we use a sending stone and tell Arthur about this?
That's a fantastic idea. Let's do that. Coming in, Arthur.
Go ahead. This is Arthur. I read you loud and clear, buddy.
Oh, I'm your buddy now. So, there's a passage that comes from the finished materials storage going east and then eventually loops up north. All the automatons are taking the finished materials up this passage. We're not entirely sure what's going on. It looks like it's been created since you guys have been expelled from this area.
They're probably using the finished goods to create more automatons, creating kind of a self-propagating environment for themselves.
Why is it that they would create a whole new passage to go up this way when there's already established passages?
It's probably simpler for them with the manpower that they have not to use the mine carts.
Fireball?
Uh, all right, sounds good. We'll head back to the mission.
Should we like collapse the tunnel?
Yeah, it seems like that might be a good idea to stop whatever the hell they're doing.
Okay, someone's collapsing the tunnel.
I'm assuming someone has shattered.
Let me
Nope.
take it. Double. Oh shit.
Not I.
Supply road. Let's see. Wow, out of all of my alchemy materials, I don't have anything that makes an explosion?
I mean, I can Thunderwave. If we're gonna collapse it.
Does it look like we can collapse the tunnel by
It
normal
does.
means?
It does seem like you collapse the tunnel with something like a shatter, or I'm not sure if Thunderwave would do it. But
Are there any weak
I
points
mean, it
in any
says
point of the tunnel that I can see?
Thunderwave
ahead.
says unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed away, and it emits an audible boom up to 300 feet away.
yeah, I'm not sure that it does like destruction of that magnitude.
Okay.
Like collapse the tunnel.
So is there any part of the tunnel that I can see that's somehow being, I guess, supported?
Yeah, so
that
there's
I could-
like wooden supports and things like that. Tunnel up.
piece of wooden support that I
You know what?
see
Then
is-
yeah, you can use Thunderwave on the supports.
Okay.
I was thinking like it wouldn't collapse the rock, but yeah.
Instead of him using a spell slot, is it
I
something?
could use my grappling hooks to shoot into the wood and pull it back, rip it out. Right?
So I think it weighs more than you, so you would just attach to it and then go to it.
I mean, a wooden beam. How much could that weigh?
Could I-
Supporting
could
a
I
mountain, probably a lot.
Could I take it out with a maul?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have a number of ways that you could destroy it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather instead of him wasting a spell slot that we try
Yeah.
physical means first.
Nostrid, you've learned what spell slots are? I'm so proud of you.
What? I have
I heard-
one left.
All right.
Norse.
Oh, Norse. I always mix up the ends.
All right, so let's just move this along. So Norse pulls out his maul and cracks the beam and collapses the tunnel.
Nice. Good. Now I have a reason to cough. Let's go. Mine carts, anyone?
Yeah.
And,
Let's go.
and then you hear a voice go, "You will regret that."
I don't think we
No, I
will.
won't.
No, I won't.
All right. All right. You guys gonna head back to the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so you trek back 10 minutes, and you have 35 minutes remaining.
Nope.
Nope.
45.
It took you 10 minutes to get the
Oh.
walk
To
out
get
there.
there
and
as
10
well.
minutes to get back. Yeah.
Are we gonna die?
No.
So
Probably.
in front of you, you have again a series of mine carts, the same 5 mine cart setup, control panel, which Urkin easily overcomes. Now that he knows what to do.
Let's do it.
All right. So I guess let's go to this control panel.
Let's run the middle.
So I guess we'll ask our good friend Arthur exactly what it is that I need to do.
It's the same thing as last time.
Oh.
Overcome the same process to overcome.
So it's literally he wants me to hit the red wire.
You can do what you did last time.
All right, I'll do what I did last time. Cool. We'll go. You want me to roll for that again, or since I know what
No,
I'm doing?
you already know what you're doing.
Perfect.
All right, so I'll just assume that you guys are back in the same order that you traveled in the first time.
Sounds
Okay,
great.
So it's Norse, Nofstrid, Ezekiel, Kick Puncher, and then Urkin at the back.
Mhm.
So you guys begin progressing on through the tunnels again, moving very, very quickly. And you reach a point where the minecart path splits into basically 3 different directions. And you see a sign that, for those who speak Dwarvish, it basically says to, direct it to the path that you want to follow. And
It's a sign. I can read it.
Yep. So Norris, Nofstrid, and Ezekiel, you see control in your minecart that has basically three directions. One towards pyrometallurgy, one towards
Exact.
hydrometallurgy, and one towards whatever the middle one says.
Exact.
So
Extract.
you guys have an instant to each push your button.
I slam
Which-
pyro.
Since I'm in the lead, since I'm in the lead cart, I stram extract because it's up the middle. Time is of the essence.
Okay. So the front cart keeps going forward. Nofstrid basically breaks away. Right, his cart, when he chooses a different direction, separates from Norris's and starts heading down the other path. Ezekiel, you also speak Dwarvish, so you can choose your own destination. So you saw Norris go one way, and Nofstrid go another.
Why do I have to choose now?
So wait, how many people were with each of, like, I don't
Each
know which
person
card.
was in their own cart. So
Okay.
you're in the next cart after.
Okay, I get it. Let's all just go to individual.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to the middle one because that makes the most sense. I guess.
All right. And then, so Kick Puncher, you do not speak Dwarfish. So you can roll a d3, figure out which button you press, because you don't know what any of them say.
Jesus Christ. Can I just follow the people that I like the best?
You don't even know how to do that.
God damn. Fuck.
Alright, so you head to Hydra.
God damn it.
And Ezekiel, you got the same problem.
I think you mean Irkin, but can I?
Oh, I'm sorry, Irkin. Yes, Irkin.
Was looking at the way the tracks are going. Can I try to figure out exactly what's happening and maybe?
So the buttons are not set up like in an easy way like that. It's not, left, right, and center. So it's a control knob meant for people who A, know what they're doing, and B, can read what the language is. So you probably, given an infinite time frame, could figure it out, but you have like a split second.
Roll a d3.
Let's do it.
Go up the middle. Come on.
Oh, did it go through?
Yep.
Oh,
There it is.
All right, so you deal off and start heading to pyrometallurgy as well.
Best friends forever.
Wait. So who's going where? So I can write this down.
So
I'm going to die.
Nofstrid and Irkin are in pyrometallurgy. I really can't read what the second one said.
Extract.
Oh, extract.
I found a way to blow it up.
Norris and Ezekiel are in extract metallurgy. Puncher is hydrometallurgy.
Perfect.
So, and actually, we're gonna call it here because we have a 11 o'clock end time, and this is gonna kick off like a big section.
Gotcha.
Save all
How
this for
angry
after
would you be?
Thanksgiving.
How angry would you be if we somehow managed to get all in the same room?
I mean, you're going to eventually. You just all have to.
I know, but in this part, would you have been
In what?
upset? Would you have been upset in this part if somehow we all managed to make it into the same room?
No. So, and it's funny too because I don't want to ruin it, but there was a way you could have learned Dwarvish during your time, so you all could have known what the button said. So, I mean, it was reasonable to say that you all could have made it.
I also have to say that your music selection when we first got here didn't go unnoticed.
Thank you.
I also have a question.
Sure.
How flexible are the helmets we're wearing, like in terms of covering faces?
What do you mean?
Like, how form-fitting are they? Like, if I wanted to put it onto the heads of something that wasn't entirely furball head shaped.
All right, so if you want to
Like how,
transform into something,
say hypothetically, I shifted into a draft horse to pick up Urkin and run the other way.
so you want to transform something that's the same, a bipedal, or not even bipedal. If it's the same size as you, I would, or within reason, I would say yes. I don't think a draft horse is the same size as you. So, I mean, if you want to transform into like I don't know, a wolf or a tiger or something that's reasonably sized, I would say.
So what about an Axebeak? It has a tiny head.
I don't know what that is. So.
It's a chocobo.
Oh. I'll think about that for next time. Well, that was fun.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure-
I
No,
we'll
that
have
was
to
good.
figure out
This
for
is a
next
really good
time.
session.
Yes.
The good news is if I die, I don't know favors to anyone.
That's pretty true.
I can't wait to follow the Lucius side quest. Seth derailed the whole Lucius side quest by choosing not to follow his charisma path.
Wait, what? Oh,
Remember, I
because-
texted you
yeah,
asking
yeah.
if you want to. Yeah.
Well,
He's got
now
a
we
whole
get to do
side
it
quest
because you
where-
enticed it in a different way.
Nah, nah, it's a different quest now.
Oh,
but
okay.
still fun. Made a specific note that Ye weighs 240 pounds.
Yeah, I'm sure this
But
will
he
come
can
up.
lift 450.
Back up. Later.
Also, Will, at some point, I guess want to discuss what the fuck is going on with class now.
With who?
My class now.
Yeah.
There's a
so
few
I-
things that I built around that have changed, and considering I can't look at what it used to be, it kind of needs to change.
okay. I mean, what are some?
So you're
So,
just
like,
Are they
you're just like
positive,
remake your
positives or
character.
negatives?
So some things are positive, some things are negatives, right? So like, one of them was, the tool for the job. Like you can create one that's cool. There's this thing called Flash of Genius now, which makes it so that you get to add your intelligence modifier to a ability check or saving throw X amount of times before a long rest. But like one of the things that I built around that I had originally was it was called Tools of the Trade. When you reach third level, your combat training, your experiments pay off. And so one of the things was all this proficiency in my items, but also when you attack with a magic weapon, you can use your intelligence modifier instead of strength and dexterity for the attack and damage rolls. So I always infused my weapon so it was a magic weapon, and then I used my intelligence to make the roll. But now that doesn't work out, right? So like things like that. Like I built the character around certain feats that are no longer in existence.
And we don't have
So-
access to the old one. It's not anywhere.
No, it's
or-
gone.
You can definitely create custom feats or something if you need to.
Yeah, like I'm okay if you remember them well enough.
Well, and so that's the thing. I have them in the thing, but I guess it would be like, obviously I shouldn't just get a straight up extra feat, right? I have to like get rid of something that is also in here. So it's just
Oh,
that kind
yeah.
of discussion
Yeah.
with you. So
Yeah,
there's
so
now-
let me
Can
start
you
with
just-
reading the new one.
It would also be hard
Yeah.
because it's like all of the higher level abilities are going to try to compound on the previous
Yeah, the lower levels.
abilities.
right. That's the
So
thing.
if you don't switch to the previous abilities, you're not going to know how your current abilities are intended to like grow.
Yeah.
Can you just use the old Unearthed Arcana and not worry about it at all?
It's
if
gone.
you can figure out how to find it,
If you can
sure,
find like a
but-
cache page that we can save somehow.
I believe that some combination of Ye and Seth can find literally fucking anything on the internet.
So you can definitely create an entirely custom class inside of D&D Beyond. Like I had to do it once for a different campaign, but I don't know. Like there are still like things that are very awkward. To
That
do
would be
with
no
it, so I don't
problem if we
know.
could actually
mean-
find the information we needed.
Yeah.
to be fair, at the end of the day, I mean, there's a few other changes, but that's the biggest thing that like I guess almost gimps me.
Yeah,
Like it's just
kimps you, I'm sure.
well, I mean, like combat wise, right? Like I think that's the trade off of this class is you're not like that great in combat for the ability
Mhm.
to like fucking brute force your way through any encounter.
Yeah, it's your utility, not combat.
Was it
Yeah.
the 2017 Unearthed Arcana for Artificer?
No, that one's outdated.
I don't think so.
That was like we're looking for the official beta version of Artificer. Unearthed Arcana was like long before that.
I mean, it should definitely exist on
I mean,
like
honestly,
archive.org.
I'm sure there's
honestly,
other people who are pissed. So just give Reddit like. a
Yeah.
day and
I mean,
just-
at the end of the day, I don't mind having to switch it around a little bit. I guess want to discuss that with you because one of
Yeah.
the things that I would want to switch around then is I guess my I don't remember what the hell they're fucking called right now. It's pissing me off. The strength, dexterity, con, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're okay with the new class, I don't care at all about you switching it around. I would ask that you not change the spirit of it.
No, it would literally still be with the battlesmith,
Yeah.
defender, and all that. It would
Yeah,
literally.
Josh is at that.
Oh, let's take a look. You know.
Also, while you guys are looking that up, does December 9th work for everyone?
It is not that. Yay.
December 9th works in.
I don't think it is at least. Maybe it is actually.
The 9th does work for me.
It does or
Yeah, 9th works.
Does.
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Defender. There's a few differences. It's closer than the one that they have now, though. Like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, I certainly don't mind just changing the character around to
yeah,
fit
like I
with
said,
the new
I mean, if
thing.
you wanna
Here,
play around with it and see if
how about
again,
this, Josh? It's gonna be hard to read, but
Oh my god.
Nice. That's actually totally fine to read.
Yeah, Battlesmith. Heroisms. I think this one actually. Yeah, this one's it. This actually has me clicking.
this was cached on November 18th, 2019.
Yeah.
Nice.
oh, so they literally just changed it.
Yeah, it literally
That's
just
crazy.
changed. That's why I'm like, what the fuck. But yeah, I mean, so it's either this or, like I said, I don't mind, messing with it to fit the new form. I just gotta mess with a few things as long as you're fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, the
Oh.
thing that I was most worried about was I was doing the double attack thing, and the Battlesmith is actually the only one that kept that. So.
Yeah, and I didn't mean for this session to be all mini games. Just happened that you guys did them all in this time frame. Like, card thing was introduced last
I
time.
mean, I was gonna
Yeah.
continue the mini games by asking you to go to the library so I can research this
Yeah.
monster in the volcano.
Yeah.
Is that
I
how
mean-
Nolan Dwarvish was the library?
I would have done the card game last time, but I was just like flu stuff.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
no.
ask to go to the library, but I didn't want to continue the mini game thing as it seemed like we were trying to get pushed in another
No,
direction.
listen, I never give a shit about it. So. Plus, it was kind of
I
nice
see
because
what
there
you
was, it wasn't one person doing everything. Right, each person